All right, let's do it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the greatest show. I'm your host, as always, Dusty Smith, and got a lot to cover tonight. Have a whole fucking week's worth of shit to cover because I didn't do Monday's show. It was a slow news weekend, yo. Almost nothing happened. I worked. Don't think that I didn't fucking work my ass off like I always do. I worked, but not a whole lot happened. And as always, we know who's to blame. You, all of you out there. I asked for so little. Just that you go out there and make a fool out of yourself so I have entertaining shit to put on my program. And will you guys do that for me? Will you do anything for me? No. So disappointed in you guys. So anyway, I didn't do a show Monday, but here we are on Friday. And we got all kinds of stuff to cover. So cool. It's okay. I've been having a good time this week. I've been playing New World again. New World came out with a new expansion, and it's good. It's really good. So I know last time I talked to you guys, I talked about how I quit New World, but you guys heard of rage quitting? I did the opposite of that. I rage started playing again. So I quit the game calmly. I was like, okay, all these youths, all these young kids, they're too good for me. I understand. I am too old now, so I'm going to lay down my fire staff and quit the game, and I just calmly quit. But then I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, those fucking kids, I dare them kill me and then put their ball sacks in my mouth as I'm dead on the goddamn ground. Who the fuck do they think they are? I'll show them. So I rage started playing the game again, and it's fun. I'm having a good time. So that's my life. It's not sad or pathetic at all. And as always, we have 100% more floating cats on the greatest show in history. So you have that to look forward to. I don't know if there'll be any cat lesbian sex this week. I don't know how I can top the last show, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. You guys keep an eye on the back because I'm not even paying attention. It just happens. And I'm like, what? Watching the replay back. Holy shit, that's a lot of cat lesbian sex happening there. But it's cool. It's cool. It's all part of the show. So let's go ahead and get started, folks. Open your hymnals to page 1 because it's time for religious bullshit. Religious motherfucking bullshit. Religious motherfucking bullshit. It's all motherfucking bullshit, motherfuckers. Ancient fairy tales written by primitive screwheads in order to entrap you into believing in bullshit and to control you and get your money. Don't listen to them, they're lying to you. And tonight, starting us off on religious bullshit, fast become one of my favorite humans on the planet. This is a Christian hate preacher, Jonathan Shelley. And you're like, why do you like this guy? He's horrible, but yeah, he bad, but he's destroying religion. He's doing a better job destroying religion than I ever dreamed of by being a preacher. And golf clap, kudos to you, sir. So anyway, I bet you can't guess what he's talking about. I don't need to tell you. You guys know. Let's have a listen.
We kind of think like pedophilia is on the cusp or on the rise. But
it's not.
Really, it's like these other things are going to be constantly drugged through.
Like
why?
what?
Because they keep escalating and getting something weirder so that you accept the previous weird thing.
Like virgin births and donkeys that talked and long hair that give you super magical power. Not that? No? That's not weird? Okay, continue, please.
It's like homosexuality was bad, but then trans is just so much worse that everybody's just almost just accepted homosexuality just to try and get rid of the trans problem. But then they'll bring in the pedophiles, and then trans will just not seem that bad anymore.
Who is bringing in the pedophiles? You? Are you talking about the church? Yeah, the church is bringing in the pedophiles, and I do agree, it's pretty bad. So are you saying that you guys are molesting all these children so that we forget how stupid religion is? Because, hey, that's genius, but not forgetting it's still really fucking stupid.
Because pedophilia is just so much worse. And then they'll start bringing in the animals, and you'll be like, that'll seem so much worse.
Okay, no, I think pedophilia is worse than bestiality because, I seen bestiality, not on purpose, on accident, and I don't like, I am not for bestiality. I think bestiality is wrong. But the animals, they seem somewhat like they're into it, and the kids, like, no. So I think bestiality is slightly better than pedophilia, but both bad. But anyway, I'm off on a tangent. Continue.
I normalize pedophilia, and then it'll just be like just open worshiping of Satan, incest, just things you can't even imagine today.
Okay, first off, if two consenting adults are related to each other and they want to fuck, I don't give a shit. I live in Mississippi. It's just second cousins don't count. Everybody knows that, right? And who is bringing the? What are you talking about? Always fear mongering. Every accusation is a confession from conservatives. And then here he is again, folks. God damn it, he's so handsome and sexy. I would top you all day long. Not really. Anyway, apparently he thinks that he's doing us atheists a favor by making a fool out of himself week in and week out because it gives us material to make fun of him on our show. And I'm starting to think this dude must be watching the show. Hello, Jonathan Shelley. Welcome to the show. And I actually kind of agree with him here a little bit.
You know, there's all these people that watch my preaching that hate me. And I think that they personally love listening to my preaching.
I do.
I think it's like the highlight of their day.
It's not the
like
highlight.
They probably are just like so excited to listen to the preaching. And if they didn't have like us to listen to or the word of God being preached, they'd probably be so bored they'd probably just kill themselves. It's like
I wouldn't do that, dude. If you didn't exist, I would just play my game and masturbate. I'd be fine. But you do provide me a lot of clownish material to make fun of religion on. So thank you for your service.
Literally keeping these atheists and agnostics and everything like that alive.
Thank you.
Now, they talk about how we're increasing suicide, but we're probably causing them not to.
You are.
It's a misnomer that people like me are causing all these sodomites and stuff to be upset and mad. I make them happy.
Not really particularly upset with you. We're just making fun of you. You're just a goof, right? I mean, no one in port really listens to you, but you're destroying religion, so keep it up, buddy. Thank you.
I give them purpose. I give them community. They all link up and they're buddies and they get to chat and they get to share my sermon clips. And I get to listen.
This dude's 100% watching the show. There's nobody who can fucking convince me. Like, how many different shows are playing this dude who built a community up around the idea of making fun of these motherfuckers? There can't be that many. 100% this dude watching my shows. So give me a shout out. Like, next video you do, say, I was watching this atheist, Dusty Smith, and he was talking about how bestiality wasn't as bad as pedophilia. Name me, dude. Name drop me, please. I would be honored.
Listen to all the best parts of my sermon that I forgot. Because they'll share it and I'll go listen. I'll be like, wow, that was a good point.
Wow, I'm amazing.
I'm surprised I sound so coherent.
You don't.
You know, then they put a clip of Duncan preaching and it's just like awesome. He's like telling women to burn their pants and how wicked feminism is.
I played that one too. Holy shit, he's definitely watching the show, folks.
I'm just like, preach.
Preach,
I wish there was a longer clip.
Woo!
Put up longer clips.
Well, act even more full, and I'll play all kinds of your clips, dude. Thank you for providing me free content. And then yet another Christian hate preacher. This one is the one I said looked like Clint Howard. Somebody last show told me that Clint Howard, who is the brother of Ron Howard, is a chud in real life. And I was like, no, not Clint Howard. I didn't really care about Clint Howard at all, but he seemed like okay, affable in the roles he plays. I'm so disappointed in Clint Howard. Anyway, here's Clint Howard's even uglier cousin, hey preacher Tommy McCurdy, talking about why he wants me to quit drinking. And like at first, I was on board. I was like, you should quit drinking. That's a good idea. But his reasoning, little sus.
I've been told the one alcohol store here in town is owned by a homo. You know what? Let's get people to quit drinking. Why you want to do that? So we can put that homo out of business.
Yeah, not for your health, folks. Not because it causes cancer. Not because you're acting a fool. Not because you want to save money, but because you want to put the homo out of business. So, way to show everybody the love of Christ once again.
Let that be a motivator for you right there.
Will be.
I'm gonna preach extra hard against drinking.
I'm gonna drink extra hard against your preaching.
Just to put the homo out of business.
I'm gonna get the homo all kinds of business.
With that, I hope this gets you fired up and
I'm
excited
fired
about the Word of God. So let's pray, dear Lord.
Yes, I hope my homophobia and bigotry got you all fired up about the word of God. Holy shit. Cannot make fun of these people. They do too good of a job themselves. And then right-wing Christian activist, Christian nationalist, and self-proclaimed prophet, one of my favorite people. What the fuck's this guy's name? Doesn't say it. I remember his name. Anyway, you know who this guy is. He's always on the fucking show. And this is even weirder, folks. Hank Kuhneman, that's his name. I remember it off the top of my head. Nobody had to fucking tell me. It's Hank Kuhneman. Hank Kuhneman! And he basically wants you guys to know that Trump's the president still. Don't worry. I know we were all worried. Like, we were all like, when the fuck is God going to put Trump back in the White House? We already know that Trump is the president of heaven, because heaven needs a president. Don't even think about it. Don't worry about that part. Why heaven needs a president. It's Trump. And we're like, why? When is God going to put Trump back in the White House? It's coming, folks. Why are you so impatient about everything? And just when you thought they are as weird as they could possibly ever get, they get even weirder. Holy shit. Watch how insane and cult-like this is.
Let's just all begin to turn around. God, we speak and declare over the United States of America, over this time that you have chosen of the midterm elections, in this time in our country, in this time in our nation. Lord, as we turn, we say things shift. We say things turn to righteousness, to justice, Lord, to truth. We say things turn back to the way
they will literally do anything.
Reset and a rebirthing of
to
this
prove
nation once
how deep in the cult they are.
We bind every effort that the enemy would do to distort, to deceive, to lie and steal. We say, Lord, give us angelic hosts, many of them, to go to work for us. Send Michael if you have to. Do whatever it takes to stop any cheating, any lying, anything that the enemy would do to.
You said it, Michael, after Trump? That's a bold move, but do it, Michael. Give him your hell.
Feel this, and now, Lord, as you hover, you release revelation.
Oh, that sounds bad.
So we're asking you to hover over this state and speak to people who are in the balance. We're asking you to hover over their mind and break deception and darkness off of them and bring light to them and turn the tide and give us sweeping victory in the state of Arizona. Yeah. And we ask it in the name of...
You guys are so desperate. You're relying on God. Maybe you should, like, have policies that appeal to the voters. No, just, okay. Whatever you guys have to do, I guess. And then, folks, if you didn't believe that guy, and I know we all did because he had his shit down pat, everybody's favorite pink-haired grandmother, Kat Kerr, is back. And she also, with the same exact message, and this time she's channeling God himself. In case you didn't believe, now God is telling you directly from his own lips, out of Kat Kerr's lips.
Even the fake news
Me?
will have to tell the truth.
Oh, God, please, no.
For they will say these very words. We don't want to say this.
So much for
We
free
tried
will.
to prove it wasn't true,
It wasn't true.
that it was a lie.
It is a lie.
But Trump won the 2020 election. He is the president of the United States of America.
he's not.
And I will give him his 4 more years.
Okay. When?
There will not need to be an election to cause that to happen.
Oh, good. Well, can we hold you to that? We can't, because you'll just bullshit and come up with some excuse why it didn't happen. No, I meant that he'll be the president again in heaven, in the spiritual realm. I didn't mean it was going to be in real life. That's what they always say.
For I have already spoken from the courtroom of heaven.
Why does heaven have a courtroom? Doesn't like God, isn't God all powerful and all knowing? Why would you need to hold court? God could be like, oh, well, I know that you did it because I was fucking there. I know everything. I don't even understand what the fuck you're talking about, lady.
Even into the unknown space.
What the fuck's going on?
Into the
Unknown
spirit
space.
realm, the physical realm. Those words have already been spoken.
By you?
You can write it down.
I don't want to write it down.
That it will be proven that
won't.
Trump, who was my chosen person, is my chosen person to sit in the seat of the White House.
Well, then how the fuck did it get it stolen from you? If you're all powerful and all knowing, how the fuck did you lose, God? God damn, what was you doing? You busy watching grandma porn? Get your shit together, God. Come on now.
Who will wipe up this mess like a mop bucket so there's no trace of it.
Okay, well, bring it. I look forward to you doing that eventually. Hopefully that's gonna be soon. No, I didn't think it was. And anyway, there was a QAnon conference, and of course Trump's son is out at this thing because why wouldn't he be? And Michael Flynn, also former general of our armed services, which is terrifying. And apparently the angel death is coming back, which sounds super cool and loving, from the religion of peace, Christianity. Let's have a listen.
The financial rebalancing. The angel of death is coming to visit these people. These people are going down. These people who control the world think that they are pharaohs. The present day pharaohs.
Okay, wait a minute. Oh, you got Lindsey Graham on there at least. At least I give Lindsey Graham the business. This guy not even on TV anymore. What the fuck? Bill Gates. Okay, yeah, fuck Bill Gates. Billionaires. Who else? Hillary Clinton ain't doing shit. What? Who else we got on here? Rachel Maddow runs the world? Holy shit, you think her ratings will be better? And George Soros. We always know it's the Jews. The Jews. Anyway, go ahead.
Soon you shall never see again.
Well, that sounds terrifying.
This is coming with the greatest wealth transfer in human history.
That already
Gold
happened.
And silver are going to explode in value.
Okay, so rich people are going to get even richer? Oh, great.
Wealth to the church, to you, so then you can prosper.
to the church, to you. No, wait a minute. Those things don't track. Giving money to the church in no way gives money to the people in the church. It's the opposite. They give money to you.
Those around you, because everything when God's kingdom comes in abundance and overflow.
I love when God comes in abundance and overflows.
All debts, who has credit cards, mortgages, student loans, they will be canceled.
Wait a minute, I thought you guys were against student cancellation. You guys literally have been suing the Biden administration trying to stop student loan forgiveness. Now God's gonna come in and forgive all the fucking loans? Wish God would make up his goddamn mind.
Zechariah 1 talks about Thanksgiving. We are days away from Thanksgiving. What is Thanksgiving? Galatians 6 talks about it. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatever a man soweth, thus shall he reap. Those who
Gotta disagree, dog. God is mocked repeatedly, relentlessly.
Planted evil seeds, they are about to get evil upon their own heads. Those who have planted good seeds are about to be blessed beyond measure.
All my seed I plant is good.
We're going to go dark.
Oh, good.
And when the lights come on, worldwide celebrations are coming. We are going to see.
We're going to celebrate all the people that are murdered and died. Oh, nice.
Return this year.
Woo!
45 comes back.
He's coming back this year,
folks. Not by his will, but by God's will.
God, bring them back this year, folks.
Shall be done.
I promise you, you can hold this guy to it. If it doesn't happen, he's going to be the first to stand up and admit that he was wrong. Definitely going to happen. And then, over in the foreign countries, what's wrong with you foreigners? I know Americans are fucked up, but the foreigners are fucked up too. Apparently, in another country, they have this ritual where this guy pretends to be Jesus. At least he's not blue-haired white Jesus, but apparently Jesus didn't give these people much strength or ropes or good lumber, because it's all going bad. You think, it broke. Oh my God, now he's falling down. And then they're like, oh, this is a sign from God, our shitty construction. So let's just carry him off on our shoulders like completely normal human beings would do. And so then they just carry him like a baby. And he's like, see, I did it. I fell off a cross for your sins or something. I don't know. Like, can the dude walk? He doesn't look that injured. What are you guys doing? Let him down. Is he a little baby? I don't know. I got questions, but anyway, super cool Christians. Definitely normal and not weird. And then Prepare your shock face, folks. Got a couple of these stories. Youth pastor arrested on multiple child sex charges. Get out of town. I can't believe they've done this for the 1 trillionth time. Like 999,999,999,999. I was like, okay, no big deal. But the trillionth time, I'm like, what? The Georgetown County Sheriff's Office on Friday announced the arrest of Andrews area pastor for past criminal sexual conduct with minors. Thomas Brackett, 59, that guy's 59? Holy shit, you look 90. On Friday, announced the arrest of Andrew area. He was taken into custody on 11 warrants that include charges of criminal sexual conduct with 2 different victims. The crimes allegedly took place in Baltimore, Maryland, where Brackett was a teacher and a youth pastor at Tabernacle Christian Church. No shit. And here's another one. A different guy. I had to make sure. Is this the same fat, doughy, chinless bitch? No, it's another doughy, fat, chinless bitch. An Alabama pastor has been arrested and charged with attempting to have sex with a minor. Kenneth Daniel, 64, who is a pastor at First Baptist Church of Chalkville, was charged with facilitating solicitation of unlawful sexual contact with a child, which is a felony, as it should be, and was booked into jail Wednesday night. You should book him under the jail. That's your first mistake. Don't put him above ground, below that motherfucker. Anyway, can you guys imagine if at Drag Queen Story Hour, any of this stuff, there was 0.00001% the amount of children molested that are molested at church? They would be hanging people in the streets. They would be burning buildings down. They're already threatening to do that. This just shows you how they don't actually care about anything they say. It's all bullshit. It's all hypocrisy. They will literally go give them their children to guys like this in order to be abused and molested and be like, well, I'll pray for him. And one more, folks. Did you know that it's actually the Democratic Party who is raping kids and sticking ball sacks in their faces? Of course you didn't, because it's not true. It's literally the church doing all this. But don't let facts get in the way of their fear-mongering. Here's right-wing broadcaster Steve Deese to lie to us.
The Democratic Party is not a political party.
It is.
It is one in name only.
Okay.
It is a demonic construct.
That doesn't exist.
Call it what it is.
Okay.
You're voting for a demonic construct.
I'm not.
You're not compassionate.
I am.
You're not tolerant. You're not kind.
Sort of.
You're anything but.
Okay.
You're voting for dudes teabagging their hairy sacks on children at public libraries and public schools. You're voting for that. That's what
What hairy dude teabagged a child at a library or public school? Once again, you motherfuckers are thinking of church. You're literally just describing church. This is never once fucking... Name an example. And why, if this happens so much, that this is such a problem, why can't you name a single goddamn example? Because I can name literally thousands of examples of this happening at church. Is it because you're not a fucking bout shit? Is it because you're a liar, a con man, just trying to scare people, just trying to spread fear and also violence towards one of the most oppressed classes of our society? Because this is who you are, fucking pure evil? Of course it is. Please continue, giant sack of shit.
you're for. You're for it. If you are a part of this, if you vote for this, you are aiding and abetting a demonic construct, a satanically influenced entity, and a death cult.
It's you guys, first of all, who have the death cult. You literally bring that, you believe that because Jesus was killed, that for some reason we're saved from death. It's the death cult, dude. Holy shit, the hypocrisy off the charts. But hey, it's what we come to expect here on Religious Bullshit, week in and week out. And that's my Religious Bullshit. Hey, folks, gonna read all the super chats at halftime, so be sure to get your super chats in. Support the show. It's a great way to immortalize yourself and help out the cats, which I rescue in my animal rescue. So do it. I will read everything you say, which is super cool. Let's see what the dirty, sexy porks have to say. Christianity is a death cult. Yep. Every accusation is a confession. Meow, meow, meow. Yep. They're loud motherfuckers. Got some half stash. Who's like, ooh, daddy touched me. Hey, daddy, what's up? Yep. Grrr. And got a Miss Misty over there. Can't see CC right here, but cats floating all over the place. What up? I like Craig Christ. Craig Christ! I've heard that song. Pretty good. Stephen Lynch? Is that the guy's name? I think that's his name. These motherfuckers all look like bad eggs. They are! Definitely all got some skeletons in their closet. They're trying to accuse other people of doing the exact same things that they do. They think that's going to protect them, but it's not. All right, hit the like button, fuckos. Do all of the things. You know how it works. Help me out while we roll into our next section. Something I like to call, What the Fuck? What the fuck? WTF? WTF? All of it. Fireworks. Hell yeah. And first off, on this week's What the Fuck? Folks, have you ever drank your own urine? Of course you have. We all have, right? You haven't? Oh yeah, me either, because that's nasty. But apparently at medical school, they make you drink your own urine, only they don't do that at medical school, because I've talked to some people from medical school, and they were like, yeah, they never made us drink our own urine. But anyway, apparently Dr. Oz has drinking his own urine, knows exactly what it tastes like, is an expert on the scent and flavor of urine. Somehow, don't believe me? Let's let him explain it to us.
Depending on what we're putting in it, it'll smell one way or the other. Urine, by the way, if you haven't had anything fancy, has a sort of a nutty smell to it. And that sort of tastes like that, too. We spent a lot of time talking about all the aspects of it, and pee color and urine, all that comes up as well.
How do you know what that tastes like, by the way? We saw the clip earlier in the show where you said it has a nutty flavor.
Yeah, nutty, a little bit of bark, like cherry wood. Yeah.
How do you know that?
You know, actually, you look at people's urine, because if you want to see if they're diabetic or if they're spilling certain types of products.
Okay, looking at somebody's urine doesn't tell you what it tastes like, so please explain better.
In there, you can tell a lot from your urine. For example, I'll give you one right now. If your urine's really bright neon yellow, too many B vitamins.
Really?
Yeah. So a lot of folks think, what's wrong with me? Is something you ate had B vitamins, so you took B.
What does your urine look like if you're drinking urine? That's a question I have.
Vitamins. Same goes for diabetics. Tastes like wine, cherry wine.
How do you know how it tastes? Who's tasting it and going?
You gotta do it in med school. That's what you do. You do.
No, you don't. You literally don't have to drink pee in med school. What is this? Anybody else out there have any friends or go through med school? Did they make you drink your pee? I do not believe this is true. I just think Dr. Oz likes sitting around drinking pee. He's like, ooh, diabetic pee today. Ooh, cherry wine. Don't mind if I do. Slurping the pee down all the time. Definitely not weird at all, Dr. Oz. And then on the what the fuck. Okay, apparently there's this atheist, and he running for office, and he decided to release a sex tape to prove how sex positive he is, which I'm sex positive too, right? Sex work, real work, all that, but motherfucker, you just want to release a sex tape. I don't believe for a goddamn minute you release this sex tape to just prove how fucking sex positive and much you like sex workers. I mean, it's fine. If you want to release your sex tape, you release your sex tape, but don't lie about what you're doing it for. And also, the dude looks exactly like Gru. This motherfucking Gru. Here he is. Yeah. Damn, Gru really going through with it. And like, I guess I'm rooting for him. I wonder if the Minions are filming it. Why don't he just bang the Minions? They seem into it, Gru. Come on. Go with the people that you came with. Oh, no. And then, on the what the fuck. Guys, hear about this one. Apparently, there's a teacher, and he decided to call one of his black students the N-word. Yeah, and then he's like, well, I'm fired. Yeah, you are going to be fired. Oh, so the background is so they had some kind of altercation a couple weeks earlier, and the student asked him to apologize, and I guess he did, but the student wasn't having it, told him he wasn't smart, and stormed out of the classroom, and then this happened. I'm losing my job anyway, so I might as well call him the N-word and go viral, showing what a piece of shit racist I am. Yeah, hey, what's the big deal? I'm gonna be unemployed, might as well be a social pariah and never able to get another job ever anywhere again. Makes total sense. So, yeah, he's on suspended paid leave for some reason, but definitely he gonna be fired for sure. And then You know how some of us are like, hey, maybe we should make it to where 18 to 21-year-olds shouldn't be able to buy AR-15s. Maybe we should make it to where nobody, unless they're some kind of professional, should buy these assault rifles because they seem to be overwhelmingly used in mass shootings. You know, maybe we should care about our children enough to make it a little bit more difficult for these crazy people to get a hold of these weapons. But if you're in Texas, you're like, nah. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to send parents DNA test kits so they can identify the bodies of their children when they get murdered in school. Yeah, totally cool. Why not, right? Why actually do anything to fix the problem when we could just easily identify your children's bodies, huh? Okay, Texas. Oh, yikes. Good God, this is a hellscape we live in. And then, speaking of the hellscapes, I guess this was an event for adults. I don't know. I don't know if any children showed up or not. Not sure. But what I do know is that these people rented out a high school gym for this event. And in this high school gym, oh, God damn it. This is not the right clip. You can't see the woman in this clip.
Actually unclothed.
Raged after
I
watching
wanted to see
this.
I had the whole fucking clip. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Quentin Hines video. Let's see if I can find it. Maybe the New York Post is showing it. Yeah, anyway, the girl is like, here she is. She's like in lingerie and she's doing a hoochie dance and she's dancing all around while the guy simulates sex with her. Yeah, amazing. Okay, groomers. I'm just glad they didn't take them to like a library to let a drag queen read a story to them. That would really be traumatizing, wouldn't it? And then, speaking of this weird hellscape, you guys know who Jair Bolsonaro is? He's like the right-wing dictator over there in foreign land, Venezuela. And, this is one of the guys who is like a hero to Chuds. They're always putting him up. What a great leader he is. What an awesome man. Keep in mind, these are the same people that are accusing all of us of being groomers. All of us are trying to let kids get molested. Well, here he is talking about how he was out on his motorcycle and he saw a 14-year-old girl and he was like, there was some attraction between me and this 14-year-old girl who turned out to be a prostitute. So I went into the brothel with a 14-year-old girl. Totally normal shit.
Eu estava em Brasília, na comunidade
I was riding my
São Sebastião,
motorcycle in the São Sebastião slum of Brasilia, if I'm not mistaken, on a Saturday. They complain he's riding a motorcycle. I do. I also ride a jet ski, a horse, a donkey, a 14-year-old. I stopped on a corner and pulled off my helmet and saw 3 or 4 pretty little girls, 14 or 15 years old, all dressed up on a Saturday in a slum. And I saw they all looked alike. There was some chemistry. So I said, can I come in your house? And I went in. There were 15 to 20 girls in there on a Saturday morning dressing up. All Venezuelans. And I asked, why are pretty little girls like you getting all dressed up on a Saturday? To make a living. Yeah, you know exactly what we're doing. That's why you came in here, because you was attracted to us. So, super normal right-wing conservatives. I can understand why this is one of your fucking heroes. It really tracks. I mean, every accusation is confession with you guys. We know that it's your side who does most of the molesting. It's your guys who are continuously advocating for churches that rape these children. It's you guys who are continuously supporting people like Putin and Bolsonaro who are child rapists. So, totally cool. And then, oh man, speaking of what the fuck, guys, this went re-viral recently. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but holy shit. Talking about these boomer grandparents who are continuously accusing us of pedophilia or grooming or whatever. This is what they were like back in the 70s, folks. This is an actual article. Shamefully, this was in High Times magazine. But this was considered, I guess, somewhat normal because this guy wasn't canceled at all. This is an article from 1978, folks, talking about Brooke Shields, who at the time was 12 years old. If you guys have not seen this, here's the article. The most perfect nymphette in all of creation has been found in America. Her name is Brooke Shields. Brooke's hair is elegant brown and clean, her skin pale and Puritan, her eyes sinfully blue, and her lean body just starting to curve into womanhood. She's a sultry mix of all-American virgin and nascent whore. She's the hottest new young thing in movies since the smoldering preteen named Elizabeth Taylor stiffened up Louis Mayer's cigar. She is only 12 years old and destined to be the sex symbol of 1984. And Louis Mayer's steamy pretty baby, Brooke, is Violet, a baby prostitute raised to be the chicken trade by her hooker mother, Susan Sarandon. The Frenchman's film centers on a bordello in the ode. Anyway, it just gets worse from there. She's a sweet temptation to all but blindsmen and eunuchs. She's sister, daughter, sex object, victim, lover, tramp. We can look forward to watching her fill out over the next decade. Brooke Shields is not just another pretty baby. Like, I'm literally rooting for the asteroid. Like, fuck. When it's about cancel culture, it obviously doesn't exist. This guy, still living, I assume. Like, what the fuck is going on in this country? Oh my God, poor Brooke Shields. Can you imagine what she went through growing up? I just feel bad for her now. This is just such a trash country. Yuck, I know, right? And then I've seen somebody get run over one time, but have you ever seen a guy get run over 4 times in 10 seconds? Well, you're about to.
Wait.
Oh, run over? Okay, that's bad. And you got run over again? Holy shit! That's a lot of running. Got run over there, and then this guy ran him over, and then that one hit him, and that one hit. Oh no! Ow! What the fuck? Okay, like maybe don't ride motorcycles. That seems unsafe to me. Just saying, if you want to live, and then I don't know what the fuck. Oh my God. So apparently this chud was at a farmer convention, and he decided to challenge the vaccines, which, I disagree with him, but he has a right to do that. And then some other old guy, for some reason, decides to get physical with him, and it doesn't go well for the old guy.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Okay, what is it?
So Pfizer has the biggest criminal fine in history. So how is it anti-science to not trust them? If they're on record?
It's not anti-science. It's anti-science not to trust these scientists who have reviewed the evidence and have told us why the vaccines are safe, and also the tons of data we have for the billions of doses that have been putting out there have showed how safe and effective the vaccines are. So it would be unscientific to lie about that, I guess. But if you just want to question them based on like real world shit, that would be completely fine. I hope that answers your question.
Record bribing physicians and fudging with test results, $2.3 billion fine. So how is it anti-science to simply question them? Can you explain that, please?
Because you're not simply questioning.
I appreciate your comment. I'd like to finish my presentation, and you can hold your questions.
I mean, it's not going to be answered. I have 4 questions.
And then this old guy, I guess maybe he had a loved one that died from COVID. He seems very emotionally invested in it. But this is a big guy. He a lot of flab, but he big under there. So he like, sit down.
I have 4 questions that
and then grabs him, and he just, this guy like 6'6". What are you doing, old man? So he just lightly shoves him off. Oh my God, yeah, what the fuck? So like, I'm sort of with the chud on this one. Like, you can't put your hands on the giant fat guy.
Got it?
What was you thinking? Oh dude, what the fuck? And then, on the what the fuck. So I read this Matthew Perry title, and immediately I had concerns. It says, Matthew Perry, I nearly died a few years ago when my colon burst from drug use. And I was like, what? Your colon did what from drug use? Okay, Matthew Perry, this is very important. Please explain to me in detail what drugs you're taking, because I gotta know. Okay, so it's not Whippets, right? It's not ecstasy, it's not acid, it's not marijuana, not ketamine. Please tell me it's none of that, right? Right? Okay, apparently it was opiates. True. Woo, that's the one drug I don't do. Okay, that's not true. I don't do opiates. Don't do like heroin. Don't take pain pills. Don't smoke meth. Don't do crack. Don't do cocaine. Don't do PCP. Don't take the fentanyl. Don't do any of that shit, right? Bad. Anyway, apparently his colon exploded and he was on life support and they gave him a 2% chance to live. But now he's completely healthy. He says, totally healthy. Matthew Perry, lay off the drugs. Chandler. And then you guys hear about this story. Apparently these 4 guys went on a normal everyday bike ride. Look how friendly they look. They was just normal bikers out for a bike ride, and then they got murdered and they got cut up into bits and they got thrown into a lake, and they was out trying to rob somebody. Apparently that's what they found out. They went to hit a lick, which all the kids are saying. You can ask all the kids. They're saying that it means that they're gonna rob somebody, and they went to a junkyard, and I guess the person knew they was coming and murdered them all, cut their bodies up and threw them in the river. So bad life decisions. Next time, don't rob people at a junkyard on your bikes, I guess. If there is another life and you get another chance, might not want to do that. Seems bad. And then another one of these headlines, folks. So this is kind of sort of an older story, but this guy was just put on trial. So this is why I'm covering this now. It went re-viral. And immediately when I read the title of the story, I had all kinds of questions. So let's slowly read through the title together. So first off, man who killed Kevin Bacon. Wait a minute, what? What, Kevin Bacon? He's one of my favorite childhood actors. I loved him. And what was the one where the creatures are coming up out of the ground? Tremors. I loved him in Tremors. He was Footloose. Gotta get Footloose. Woo, Footloose. I was kicking out my Sunday shoes. I was like, not Kevin Bacon. I was like, surely this can't be the same Kevin Bacon that I know and love. And then it says 25. So then I'm like, okay. Maybe it's not Kevin Bacon, but I'm thinking, like, what if this 25 is describing the guy that killed Kevin Bacon and not Kevin Bacon? And I was like, this guy don't look 25, right? That's a hard 25, but you just never know these days. So I'm going to keep reading to see if I can solve this mystery. So the next part, ate his testicles. Wait a minute, flag on the fucking play. What? You cannot start a sentence with man who killed Kevin Bacon and then the next part is ate his testicles, okay? First, you have to clarify it's not the actor Kevin Bacon, all right? Obviously, immediately, I'm all concerned about Kevin Bacon's testicles. I'm like, are they okay? I had to, Google it, and some other stuff came up. I don't even want to talk about that. But anyway, so I got to keep reading. The charge with first-degree murder, and that part makes sense, right? Because, first-degree murder means you did it on purpose. It means you planned it out. It means it wasn't an accident. And that seems pretty clear the case here because, if you accidentally kill somebody, I'm pretty sure you're not going to eat their ball sack, right? Like, if you're cleaning your gun and then your buddy Bob walks across the room, the gun accidentally goes off, you kill Bob, and you're like, oh my God, I just accidentally shot Bob. Like, you're probably not going to be like, oh, well, better eat his testicles. Probably not. So, first degree murder, that makes sense. But don't worry, folks. I looked into it, and it's a different Kevin Bacon. All right. Kevin Bacon's fine. I don't know about his balls. Somebody might want to check in on that. But Kevin Bacon himself, as far as I know, today, still alive. So, cool. And that's it, folks. That's my what the fuck section. Crazy one this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Get your super chats in, folks. Gonna read the super chats after the next 2 segments. But let's see what the dirty, sexy Porsche had to say. Delicious testicles. I would not know. I ain't eating the dirty motherfuckers. They have Rocky Mountain oysters, mountain sheep, goat testicles, whatever the fuck they are. Hell, not of that. Some things don't need to be tasted, in my opinion. Mountain oysters. Yeah, I just said that. You're reading my mind there, Papa Blue. LOL. Did Kevin Bacon die? No, wrong Kevin Bacon. I wonder if his balls tasted like bacon. Probably not. Because his name's Bacon, that probably doesn't transfer to the ball taste. But that's gross. Moving right along, folks. Let's do some heroes.
We could be heroes just for one day.
Yeah, we could. Billy Joel. Love Billy. Anyway, first off on the heroes list is Alex Amingas. And apparently the cops weren't helping this guy who was shot. And so he stopped to help the guy that was shot doing the cops' work. So the cops are like, hey, we going to give this guy an award for doing our jobs for us. And he took the opportunity to shit on the cops. And holy God, real hero stuff right here, folks.
It is my great pleasure to present you with the Chiefs Award for Valor in recognition for your heroic efforts. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks. I'm not going to be happy reading for too long. You're going to take this back in a second. It's like, I'll just do it.
Congratulations.
I'll
I'll give you an opportunity to say a few words.
Yeah.
I got a few words for you.
I appreciate it.
Not really.
I feel like I did what anyone would have done with the little bit of training that I have.
Except for cops.
I'm a certified firearms instructor. I work in this high school in Minneapolis. I'm a dad and a husband and a wonderful community member. That day, 9 of your squad cars raced past us. As I was flagging them down, it said in the letter you sent me. And that was a potential of 18 people. 18 people could have stopped to help preserve life. But 18 people chose to go to a potential threat. And I recognized the man had a pistol and we didn't know what he was doing. I do appreciate the recognition, but I won't keep this stuff. This will go to my mom and this will probably go to my son.
eBay.
Because I'm very uncomfortable being here with you guys. I do not rock with the police.
I would like you guys. Fuck all y'all.
But I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to say these things.
They didn't know what you were going to say.
And I just want folks to know that they don't keep us safe. We keep us safe.
Yeah. They make us unsafe.
Riots work. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Alex.
Take this one. Thank you.
Riots
be safe out
work.
here.
Oh, God. Hilarious. Love this guy. My new favorite human. You go, Alice Mingus. I probably destroyed your day, but it's fine. You know who you are. And then on the heroes list, Graham Norton, who's apparently some foreigner. One of you, what is he, English or something? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, he deleted his Twitter after posting a very sensible comment. He says, in what world are you canceled? I think the word is the wrong word. I think the word should be accountability. Graham Norton criticized John Cleese and tells Time Radio that cancel culture isn't real. Holy shit.
You read a lot of articles in papers by people complaining about cancel culture, and you think, in what world are you cancelled? I'm reading your article in a newspaper, or you're doing interviews about how terrible it is to be cancelled, or, you know, so I think the word is the wrong word. I think the word should be accountability. You know, I think, you know, John Cleese has been very public recently about complaining about what you got to say, and I just think it must be very hard to be a man of a certain age who's been able to say whatever he liked for years, and now suddenly there's some accountability. There, you know, it's free speech, but not consequence free. And so, you know, I'm aware of saying, aren't you aware when you do, like, I'm aware of the things I say.
I'm usually after the event
Holy shit, what a fucking hero. He just said what I've been saying forever. Thank you, Graham Norton, whoever the fuck you are. So, of course, the anti-hero J.K. Rowling had to make it all about her. She said, very much enjoying the recent spate of bearded men stepping confidently onto their soapboxes to define what a woman is. He was talking about, not you. He wasn't even talking about a woman. He was talking about the guy from Monty Python, John Cleese. To define what a woman is and throw their support behind rape and death threats, like literally grown. No one is throwing their weight behind rape and death threats, okay? We all disavow, call out, condemn anybody who's doing that. but you know very well the vast majority of the criticism you got has nothing to do with that. It's valid, even though if you don't think it's valid or not, it is valid criticism to you, and you're trying to throw it all and make it seem like it's all about rape and death threats when it's fucking not, in order to play the victim, because these new, I don't even know if I don't call J.K. Rowling a conservative, but these new whiny piss babies have a oppression fetish. They just love to marinate in their own victim complex. You may mock, but takes a real bravery to come out as Old Testament prophet. Just shut the fuck up already. God damn it. Just such a trash person. And then, since we're talking about heroes, we're talking about the anti-hero J.K. Rowling. Let's cover another thing she said. She basically decides to throw all men under the bus, I guess. I take it here she's actually just trying to throw trans women under the bus, but at the same time, she throws every fucking male on this planet under the bus, where she says nobody but the very naive can fail to be aware that predatory men are capable of going to great lengths to gain easy access to victims. Yeah, we've seen that over and over again in the church. And have often sought out professions or special statuses that offer camouflage for their activity. That is very true. Sex offenders have historically been found among social workers, teachers, priests, doctors, babysitters, school caretakers, celebrities, and charity fundraisers. All that's true so far. Yet no matter how often these scandals break, the lesson appears to never be learned. It is dangerous to assert that any category of people deserves a blanket presumption of innocence. So holy fuck, I guess we're just all guilty until proven innocent. Just assume somebody is a fucking rapist and pedophile. Let's just envision the worst in our fellow human being before any evidence occurs to prove us otherwise. Says this goddamn trash human. Like, seriously, fuck everything about J.K. Rowling. But let's get back to the heroes, folks, and get off the anti-heroes. This is how you treat the anti-vaxxers. This is Michael Van Holst, an anti-vax city councilman trying to go door to door to get votes. And this woman treats him exactly like this trash should be treated.
Hi.
Hi, sorry. Yes, hello. Well, you can stay there. Hi.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'm Michael Van Holst, your city councilor.
Oh, yes, you're the anti-vaxxer guy, right?
What?
You're the anti-vaxxer guy?
Well.
Get fucked.
Love her, hero. You're the anti-vaxxer guy? Get fucked. Door slam. Definitely not voting for you. Fucking plague rat. Get away from me before you get me diseased and shit. And then shout out to John Oliver on his last show, coming hard with the facts and punching back at all the transphobes out there. We need more allies in our major entertainment platforms doing shit like this.
As for the rapid rise in kids identifying as trans, as the writer Julia Serrano has pointed out, when you look at a chart of left-handedness among Americans over the 20th century, you see a massive spike when we stopped forcing kids to write with their right hand, and then a plateau. That doesn't mean everyone became left-handed, or that there was a rapid onset southpaw dysphoria. It means people were free to be who they fucking were. And to the extent that some young people are just exploring their gender identity, how exactly is that a bad thing? Who the fuck are they hurting?
That's right, who they're hurting. Leave them alone. Like, yes, gender should be something like trying on a new pair of socks if you want to. It's literally no fucking big deal. And also, like, I want to give just a brief mention about people that detransition, because detransitioning is exactly as valid as transitioning. You know, it's whatever the fuck you want to do. It's your life, whatever you think is going to make you happy. Real allies should support you on your journey, you know, especially when you're not hurting any fucking body else. You're just doing it for yourself. Who gives a shit? Shut the fuck up, transphobes. And one more on the heroes list. It's scientists. They should be on the heroes list every fucking week. But man, there's been so much news like this. And it's not just one set of scientists putting out their information like this. It's tons of them. So it seems like pretty soon we're going to have some very effective treatments for cancer. And here's just one more.
A husband-wife scientist duo says a cancer vaccine could be available sooner than you think. They predict a vaccine for cancer will be widely available for patients before 2030. Their company worked on cancer vaccines before COVID. They have several in clinical trials so far and say a vaccine would use mRNA technology to train the body to recognize and attack cancer cells.
Amazing. Cannot wait to go get my cancer vaccine. And you know, all the conservatives aren't going to take it. So, gonna solve a lot of problems, all these vaccines in the future. Love to see it. Republicans are going to get even less votes than they get now. So they got to cheat even goddamn harder. So, they will. We know it's going to happen, folks. And that is my hero section. What you guys got to say about that? More for us, I know, right? Injected in my ball sack, wherever. I'll take it. She's a Scott. Oliver's so good. He did pretty good work. Ain't gonna hate on him. That was awesome. It was awesome. Graham Norton doing the Lord's work. Somebody said he was Irish. All right, fine. Do what you do. And one more section, folks. Gonna read all the super chats after the trash world, so get your super chats in so you can have my beautiful voice read it. I'm gonna read it so sexy and sultry in my deep baritone voice. But first, it's time for some trash world. Trash world, trash world. It's a dumpster fire. It's hellish. Trash world, the trash world. Everything sucks all of the time. Trash world. Hated it. I hated that version. Worst version of Trash World ever. Anyway, first off, on Trash World, here is the House Judiciary GOP tweeting out Kanye, Elon, Trump, the holy trinity of douchebags. And the next thing you know, all these billionaires suddenly buying up all the social media websites. Seems bad. Yep. Trump got True Social. Kanye West buying Parler. About to cover that. And Elon Musk, X. I don't know why X is for Twitter. Just write Twitter. Even Elon Musk is twittering this out. See, imagine being such a douchebag where you want to be in the same picture with Kanye West and Donald Trump. Like, holy shit. Loser. Richest man in the world. And, yep, Kanye buying up the Parler, which you guys might know is one of the many right-wing social media sites. You got Parler, Getter, Telegram, True Social. The fuck, there's so many of them out there now. So nobody's at any of them. They all get very paltry numbers compared to Twitter, but because they're all basically splitting the same couple million douchebags, but that's fine. No one's gonna go there even when Kanye buys it. But George Farmer's happy because he's gonna make a pretty penny selling his junk site to Kanye West. And he says, today is one of the most exciting days in the history of Parler, and we are no strangers to excitement. You are. Parliament Technologies has entered into an agreement in principle to sell Parler to Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. Ye is not only a music and apparel titan, but he, like Parler, has faced senseless and unnecessary censorship and cancellation by big tech. It's cancel culture. So Kanye's like, I've been so bullied. I'm one of the most famous people on the earth, and I'm a millionaire, and constantly have people sucking my nuts, and I was married to the most famous Kardashian, but my God, people keep bullying me. Like I said, they love to be oppressed. They have this victimization fetish where they sit around and just beat off to the thought, oh my God, everybody is fucking oppressing me. I'm so fucking oppressed. It's just sad and pathetic. Kanye says, when I got kicked off Instagram and Twitter, at the time, I knew it was time to acquire my own platform. Ye said in an interview with Bloomberg News on Monday, people had talked about it and mentioned this idea for years, but enough is enough. Who in the goddamn hell ever said you should buy Parler? Nobody talked about that. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody's gonna go there. It's gonna fail miserably, but please waste your money, Kanye. We're using this as a net for people who have been bullied by thought police to come and speak their mind. Isn't that what True Social was for? And Getter and Telegram and Rumble. What the fuck? How many different websites do the same thing you guys need? Express how you feel. Express what's tied up inside of you. Yeah, be as racist as you fucking want. As much as anti-Semitism as you want. But of course, it's all bullshit. They still have terms of services. If you go in there and call everybody the N-word, they're going to get rid of you. It's just all a marketing ploy in order to get the same small pool of people to get their money to them. Express what is haunting to you. I use social media as my therapist. Well, here's an idea, Kanye. Why don't you use a therapist as a therapist? Because social media doesn't seem to be working very well for you. It's a bad therapist. And of course, the Parler CEO was asked about, hey, what you gonna do about all the anti-Semitism that Kanye is pumping out these days? And of course, his response is, cancel culture.
Wonder what you think about what Kanye West was tweeting about last week. Of course, it unnerved many people when he started talking about the Jewish community. Some say it was anti-Semitic. What are your thoughts?
But I would like to say that he's now in a place where he's fallen victim to the cancellation narrative. Whether or not what he said offended some people, of course, is up for conversation. But in all worlds, the only cure for wrong ideas is more ideas. It's
literally nobody has any obligation to platform somebody spreading lies, fear, and hatred. No one has any obligation to debate Kanye on his bullshit. You can simply say fuck off and ignore him. That also works.
More speech, not less speech, right? And so censorship in any format is never a good thing, and this is what we and he agree on.
Total bullshit.
And we have been very excited.
Every single person on the planet, just about, supports censorship of some kind. If you go on Parler and you say, hey, I'm going to go murder a bunch of people tomorrow, they will take that down. That is censorship. Yes, it is very sensible censorship. Yes, you can say, hey, violent speech is not protected by the First Amendment. It's not. But that is still censorship. You're taking somebody's words down because you feel they're harmful or necessary for society. Censorship is absolutely necessary in some case. The only question is where that line should be. Whether direct threats of violence or should be the line, or whether when you put anti-Semitism out there, which has led to violence, is also off limits. Spreading white supremacist propaganda, which has been written in the manifestos of many mass shooters, is that off limits. We all agree that censorship is necessary, at least to some part. We're only debating about the line. So you're full of shit, Parler guy. You're just happy as a clam that some rich douchebag is making you even richer by buying your failing website. So good luck to all you. And speaking of censorship and cancel culture, apparently Kanye been canceled by one of his official sponsor, Balenciaga. Never heard of Balenciaga. Never heard of him. I guess it's clothing or something. I don't know. He walking around with a Balenciaga mouthpiece in. Do they punch you in the mouth if you're rep Balenciaga? I don't know. Seems weird, but anyway, they're like, yeah, fuck this dude. Please stop wearing your stupid mouthpieces with their name on them. You making us look bad. Goddamn, Kanye, get help. And Kanye's like, I'm trying to buy a therapist. No, you're not. That's a social media website. That's not a therapist, Kanye. Okay? Seek help, dude. And then he out there just challenging Adidas to end their sponsorship with him. Because like I said, they have a fetish for oppression. They do whatever they can possibly do to piss people off, so that when people get pissed off, he can be like, oh my God, look at everybody attacking me. I'm so downtrodden. Oh my God, everybody's so mean to me. I'm just trying to tell the truth. The same exact playbook every fucking one of them do. The biggest snowflakes on the planet. So here he is, just outright challenging Adidas to cancel him.
The thing about it being Adidas is like, I could literally say anti-Semitic shit and they can't drop me. I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what?
Now what, Adidas? Now what? I'm calling you out. I can be as racist, as big of a piece of shit as I want to, and you won't drop me. Do it. So he's literally just trying to get them to drop him, which I'm sure they will eventually. They'll find some reason to drop him, then he'll play the victim card. Oh my God, even Adidas canceled me, y'all. Come to fucking Parler. It's just such an obvious grift. Transparent as fuck. And this is the kind of stuff that's inspiring, folks. Nick Fuentes, Booger Nick Fuentes, leader of the America First movement, which, I wish I could ignore, but since people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, the most popular conservative congressperson in the fucking country, is pouting around with him and doing his conventions, we have to cover him. And here's the kind of stuff, is inspiring.
they hate Jesus. If you hate Jesus, you have a problem with me. Newsflash, and every Christian, this should be the mantra. If you hate Jesus, you have a problem with Christians. Straight up.
Okay, I don't hate Jesus because I don't think Jesus existed, Nick, but I do think you're a fucking moron. I do have a problem with you because you spread all kinds of hateful bigotry and bullshit in your little whiny voice, and I have no problem calling you out and making fun of you for it.
Don't tell me religious Jews or whatever. Question, do you hate Jesus?
No, I do not believe Jesus exists. And I don't hate Christians either, but I do believe you are cult members who followed ancient fiction fairy tales written by primitive screwheads used to control society and manipulate you, which makes you really fucking stupid. So ultimately, I'm actually trying to help you, which is the opposite of hate. It's sort of love if you think about it.
Because if you do, that's a problem. That's a big problem.
All right, now I do hate you. So what you gonna do about it? Now I am your problem, Nick. What the fuck you gonna do about it? You ain't gonna do goddamn jack shit, you little fucking twerp.
It's especially a big problem if you have any influence whatsoever. If you
I
hate
don't.
Jesus
Lucky
and
for
you have
you.
influence, it's my job that you don't have influence anymore.
Well,
because I'm a real
good
Christian.
job.
I'm not just one of these, hey, believe whatever you want. Our job is to save souls and get people to heaven.
You're such
and
a
fight
hero,
the devil.
Booger Nick.
So don't tell me they're entitled to their religion. If their religion involves my Lord in hell, then they can get the fuck out of America.
My religion doesn't involve that. So
Insofar as that's your belief,
Mm-hmm.
then you have no business being here.
Uh-huh.
Certainly have no business being anywhere near the levers of power if you believe that. Because who do you serve if you don't serve Jesus Christ?
Porn.
You serve
weed,
the devil. You
video
serve
games.
Satan.
Oh, same thing.
Oh, I'm anti-Semitic? Yeah, whatever. You can call me whatever you want. You hate Jesus.
Twerp,
Your
booger
opinion
eater,
doesn't matter
virgin.
to me. Call me whatever you want. Do you believe in God? Oh, okay. Opinion discarded. Opinion thrown in the garbage and pissed on. Oh, I'm anti-Semitic? Yeah, I piss on your Talmud. You think I'm anti-Semitic? You think I care what Antichrist believes?
Super masculine! I'm glad the conservatives are finally bringing back a butch masculine men. Thank you, conservatives! And then, speaking of this goddamn trash world hellscape we live in, Saudi Arabia court jails U.S. citizen for 16 years over critical tweets. Holy shit, this poor motherfucker was living in Florida, decided to go to Saudi Arabia to visit his family, and I didn't even know how authoritarian Saudi Arabia was, how much the surveillance state is in control there. Apparently, they were looking at this dude's tweets while he was living in America, knew he was traveling over there, and nabbed him when he got there and put him in jail for 16 years because he spoke out about the Saudi Arabia killing Khashoggi, you know, the American journalist they cut up into pieces. Let's see what else he said here. He alleged that Saudi had been held in conditions that amounted to torture since his arrest by Saudi authorities. Yep. That sounds about right. The tweets, which the BBC has seen, including criticism of the demolition of old parts of the cities of Mecca and Jeddah, concern over poverty in the kingdom. Oh no, don't you talk about poverty, and a reference to the murdered Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. So, yep, lock him up forever, I guess. And the reason this is so scary, folks, is because Saudi Arabia is one of the main people that are backing Elon Musk's Twitter buy. They're one of the main investors in that. So when Elon Musk talks about the fact that he is buying Twitter for free speech, if you believe that, holy shit, you got to be one of the dumbest, most gullible motherfuckers on the planet, because these are the people that are backing him. You really think Saudi Arabia, who just jailed this guy for 16 years over mild tweets, gives a fuck about your free speech? You think they're putting hundreds of millions, yay, billions of dollars into this because they're concerned about your free speech? How fucking stupid are you? I guess you're stupid enough to be an Elon Musk fan. That will be how stupid you are. And not Bill Murray. No, not Bill Murray. So I covered Bill Murray before. He had some problems a couple months ago where he was handsy with one of the people that was working on a movie he was on, and they had to postpone, I guess cancel the movie maybe because he ended up having to pay the woman like $100,000 and shit. And now apparently it's coming out that Bill Murray has been an entire huge creeper his entire fucking life. No. So first off, Rob Schneider, who I can't stand, all right? I don't even believe fucking anything Rob Schneider says, but it's not just Rob Schneider. Apparently, he came out and said that Bill Murray hated everybody on the set of SNL. He especially hated Chris Farley. How you gonna hate Chris Farley? That's like hating a puppy, you monster. God damn it. And then Seth Green told a story about how when he was a little kid, he was like, I don't know, 6 or 7. He was playing a role on SNL and Bill Murray was there. And he was sitting on the arm of Bill Murray's couch. And Bill Murray came in and said, move off my couch. And he was like, no, I'm just sitting on the arm. So Bill Murray picked him up, turned him upside down and stuffed him in a trash can. So little 7-year-old Seth Green went back to his trailer and was just crying his little eyes out because he was bullied by Seth Green. And of course, Lucy Liu has come out and spoke about how Bill Murray mistreated her on the set of Charlie's Angels, hurled insults and shit at her and whatnot, made her feel bad. But then Gina Davis came out and was starting to tell her story about all the abuse she was put through by Bill Murray when she was in one movie with him. I can't remember what the fucking movie was called. It doesn't even matter. And so then this clip resurfaced of her and him on the Arsenio Hall show, and him being super fucking creepy. And I know it was a different time back then. I know Bill Murray's just playing this lovable doof, this scallywag that's, you're supposed to love him even though he's a wretch. But anyway, this is sort of uncomfortable while he gropes her on I guess it's not live, but on national television, and she has to kind of like almost lean away from him and laugh it off. Just creepy. Let's watch.
Yeah. It's the cringeworthy, long-forgotten TV appearance in which Bill Murray can't keep his hands off Gina Davis. And it's shedding new light on the actress's claims about Murray's behavior when she auditioned for a movie role in a hotel suite.
It was a lot like this, in fact, yeah.
Really? He touched you a lot in the audition?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
No, I swear. The first thing he did was, like, take my shirt out of my pants and start tickling my stomach.
Davis also spoke about Murray insisting on using a massage device during the audition.
It's called the thumper.
The thumper. And he says, you should try this. I'm going to massage your back with this thing. And I'm thinking, no way. This is this. Oh, excuse me.
The shocking appearance took place in 1990 on the Arsenio Hall show.
Yeah.
It's the cringeworthy,
cringeworthy groping, and just had to act like you like it because it's Bill Murray, right? What you gonna do? Your career will be severely hurt. And she's gone public and spoke about it, how he pressured her into getting a massage in his hotel room, and she felt really weird about it. So apparently, Bill Murray, giant fucking creepo, and I guess probably he got away with it, when he was younger. A lot of the women probably allowed him to do whatever he wanted to do, because when you're famous, they just let you do it. You don't even have to ask. You can just grab by the pussy. Somebody said that. I can't remember who, but no, Bill! Holy shit, disappointed. I guess you either live long enough to see yourself become a villain or you die a hero. Why couldn't you have died earlier, Bill? Shit. And warning, graphic on this trash war. Nobody dies or anything, though. This is just more cops. Prepare your ACAB. Speaking of which, you can become a Dust Buddy for $2.99 a month and get customized emojis like ACAB to spend the chat with. But here's how the Godmen think of us, the Godmen cops. We are all their victims. They have a right to literally kill us if we don't immediately obey everything they fucking say. Here's a case in point.
I'm not the one out here complaining.
No, that was the thing. Nobody cares what you do anymore.
I know, nobody's out here complaining.
Nobody cares what you do anymore. You understand that?
Lean back.
Nobody cares what you do anymore.
Lean back.
How the fuck am I gonna lean back with the fucking you hold my belt?
Look, you're not gonna do this, right?
He's handcuffed behind his head. So shove him to the ground.
We're not
and then,
gonna do this, right?
Yeah. Stop.
You're done.
You stop. You're literally handcuffed behind your back, surrounded by 3 people. We're dragging you to the ground, and you stop as we kick you in the face for no fucking reason.
We're not gonna do this, right? Stop.
Just some fat asshole. Some doughy idiot. They think they can abuse us, and they can. That's the sad part. In this fucking trash goddamn world, they can't abuse us. And they know the worst that'll happen to them, we pay for it. The tax goddamn dollars pay for every fucking thing they do. We have to dismantle this system. Fuck everything about this. Fuck the cops. Angering. And here's a crazy ass clip in this trash world. So this doesn't show the murder. So good news. So apparently this guy is a fireman. I think the only reason they mention he's a fireman is because of racism. You're supposed to identify with him like he's a good member of the service industry out there to help everybody. He's just fighting a couple of black folks. They didn't mention that, oh, it's a mom that did it or a father. They don't talk about the black folks the same way they talk about the white folks in this kind of incidents. Anyway, so apparently this guy said something rude to him or something. And of course, he's a big burly fireman. He's got to get involved in some kind of altercation with them, but it costs your life. This is why you don't get in fucking fights with people. This guy is about to die here for this stupid nonsense, folks. If somebody says something you don't like, if they disrespect you, fucking walk away. Who gives a shit? Why do you have something to prove to strangers? You know how insecure that makes you seem? So anyway, I guess this guy pulled a gun, and so he thinks this guy has a gun. So that's the reason I'm assuming, I have no idea. He continues to hold this guy down because he thinks this guy might have a gun, is going to shoot him, but
cell phone video captured some of that fight between
the gun to his
41-year-old Anthony
girlfriend
Santi and 23-year-old Javon Taylor.
And she's literally sitting there telling him, get off, or I'm going to shoot you.
Witnesses tell KNBC the fight may have lasted as long as 10 minutes.
10 minutes is bullshit.
Javon Taylor's girlfriend pulled out a
So yeah, got him in a chokehold. We know that they've killed people like that before. And so, yep, you about to die, dude.
Santi.
You about to fucking, he's tapping out and everything. He's tapping out, leave me alone. But nope, meathead here. Just bad, stupid shit get you killed, folks. Stay out of fucking trouble. Don't be an idiot. Let's see what time it is. Not going very good in Russia right now, folks. 11 Russian soldiers killed in mass shooting by fellow volunteers. They're just conscripting mentally ill people, clearing out the prisons, and then they're mistreating them. Apparently in one of these incidents, their commander was making racial comments towards them, and so they just killing their own. Imagine getting conscripted into the fucking military to the Ukrainian war and getting killed by your own men before you even go over there. Such trash. And it's even worse than that. They're sending people over there with no weapons, no training, literally 1 day of training. Anger mounts as Russian draftees thrown into battle without training equipment. They're having to buy their own body armor and shit. This guy that got sent over there, they agreed to give them 10 days of training. That's crazy enough alone. To get sent off onto a war after only 10 days of training. But they did not even give this guy the 10 days of training they promised. They gave him 1 day of training and sat him off over there, and he got killed the first day he was over there. And this is happening to all kinds of them. So just, it's crazy. Horrible. Vladimir Putin willing to send all these innocent people over just to die for no fucking reason, and they're doing it. Such a fucking trash world. And speaking of a trash world, they're trying to make it even more trash. Apparently, they're thinking about having new advertising that would turn the night sky into ads. So instead of looking up and seeing the stars and shit, we can look up and see Coca-Cola cans or Pepsi cans or, dildos or whatever the fuck they're trying to sell us. And I think I speak for everybody on the goddamn planet when I say no thanks. If they start doing that shit, whatever they're using to beam that shit up, I'm just saying, those are pretty good targets in my opinion. Pretty attractive targets. Might not want to do that. And then I covered the story last week about the daycare worker
from the viral
who was scaring the bad small children in her daycare with a scream mask.
Halloween mask terrifying toddlers. Arrest warrants have now been issued for 5 workers involved in the incident. Stephanie Ramos here with the details. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning, George. This video is so hard to watch, guys. These daycare workers entrusted with caring for toddlers by their parents are the very people frightening them.
This morning, the daycare workers seen in this viral video scaring the very children they're hired to take care of, now facing multiple charges for their actions.
We started looking into the case to see, what facts there were out there to corroborate the video and kind of where that might lead them to pursue criminal charges.
According to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, 5 employees of the Little Blessings Child Care and Learning Center in Hamilton, Mississippi, were charged and arrested. Sierra McCandless, Okiana Kilburn, Jennifer Newman, and Cheyenne Shelton facing 3 felony counts of child abuse.
Damn, you guys gonna go to fucking jail and shit over a fucking Halloween prank. Just dumbasses. Why are people so fucking stupid? And one more, folks. I watched this one. And then, of course, immediately, actually, to be honest with you, I had a pretty good reaction immediately. I watched it. It's supposed to make you outraged. And as soon as I watched it, I was like, I wonder if there is more to this story, because it seems like there probably is more to the story. So let me play the clip, then we'll talk about the context.
3-year-old child taken from my home and my care because of TikTok and certain creators on this app. For anybody who's been keeping up with my story in the last 2 weeks, you know that I made a video roughly 2 weeks ago saying that we were fostering a child, that a mother reached out for us to take care of her child. She was dealing with certain things, she got her child taken away, and she trusted us to take care of her child. In the process, I made a video stating that this was very hard, very emotional, and anybody who has any experience fostering, adopting, anything like that, to please reach out and give us any types of words of wisdom, any knowledge, anything that may help us. In that process, I was speaking to somebody who was trying to help, and I dropped the information that the child was tribal, that he was part of a certain tribe. After I did so, people who have been stalking my page for well over a year and a half.
So anyway, long story short, they came and they took the child from him, and everybody's outraged and mad and shit. But apparently, there's laws that, unless there's some requirements that are made, you have to go through initial steps. That all indigenous children are supposed to be adopted or fostered by other indigenous people. And the reason this law was put in place was because long ago, white folks used to kidnap indigenous children and then try to whiteify them. They tried to educate the Indian out of them, so they made laws that said, hey, maybe we don't let that happen anymore. Seems bad. A lot of them are dying and are being mistreated, so let's make laws that unless you have special permission from the tribe, that these kids are supposed to be adopted and fostered by the tribe. So sort of makes sense. I kind of understand the outrage, but apparently that guy's a fucking chud, so I ain't gonna shed that many tears. And all right, that is my trash world. What you guys got to say about it? Residential schools, yep, I know that was a big problem in Canada up there. Canucks. Adoption is fraught. You might fall in love with your kid. I know, right? Not about that. I'll stick to cats. And folks, if you love my show, and who wouldn't? It's the greatest show in history. Please consider supporting me on Patreon. Patreon.com/Codcast. All my videos are on there. And $1 to a month, 10, 20, whatever you can afford. I know it's a pain in the ass. You got to put in your credit card information. I think you just do PayPal if you want to. Way easier. But I don't make any money off advertisement or anything. So please help me out on the show if you can. I do a quick commercial twice on my show, and that's about it. So pretty cool of me, to be honest. Please do it. And all right, let's read the super chats. Hell yeah. Close. GD Rude, say goodbye to my Bogart, my 20-year-old kitty who I had to euthanize Wednesday night. He was my little snuggle bug, and I am lost without him. I mean, I'm really sorry to hear that, Jeannie. At least, you have us. We're all in this together. And 20 years, that's a long time. All you can really do is just give them the best life you can while you can and enjoy them while they're here. But I know it's like losing a child, so I empathize with you, and I feel for you. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Kyrie Kelly, starting the tip jar at the first appearance. Woohoo! Thank you, Kira. Appreciate it. And welcome to the PTL Heroes, Jim Dolan. PTL Heroes are like the advanced level of the Dust Buddies for the super amazing people. And thank you, Jim. Kick butt, Dust Man. I do what I do. Thank you. Sinister Intelligence, $5. Let's go. Let's go. And if anybody thinks about leaving because I'm reading the super chats, I got a huge Chud Watch coming up in 5 minutes, so don't go anywhere. I find it hard to believe people actually follow the teachings of this idiot's. Unironically, bro, we're doomed. We are doomed. But hey, let's just enjoy the ride all the way to the bottom. How time flies. Thumbs up, everyone. I know, right? It flies when you have fun. Joe Fargy, $2. Thank you, Joe. The Pub Night, $2. Alt-right losing power is awesome. Needs to happen quicker. Zachariah Schmidt, 1999. Very generous, Zachariah. Rest in peace, Bogey. Yep. Here's to you, Bogey. Here's looking at you, kid. Dusty, I already read that. No, Dusty, I might only be able to give you this. Okay, I will take it. Whatever you have, it all adds up. Thank you, Kubrick. Catalina Gearbox. If they're so canceled, then why don't they shut up? Because cancel culture is a bullshit narrative created by idiots who love to pretend they're oppressed. Ray Fuller, what's up, Ray? 1999. Graham is the man. He is the man. I used to watch him on TV when I lived in the UK. Sucker 2001, 2003. Woohoo! Do what you do, Graham. Appreciate you, Ray. Very generous tonight. Good to see you. Urban Master $10. Cancer vaccine. Hurry the fuck up. I know, right? Need to have a immortal vaccine so I can live forever. De-aging and shit. Hurry up, scientists. What are you waiting on? $20 from Sanctuary Inc. Woo! Very generous, Sanctuary Inc. Sorry I'm late. Kisses. Hey, kisses back to you. Love watching. I already missed the $49.99 one. What? How did I miss these? Did I skip over some? I must have accidentally skipped over some. Holy shit. What's wrong with me? Have I been immortalized forever and ever? Yes, you have. These stylings, you can be known for the rest of eternity. Congratulations. Putting on End Times Prophecies, biggest script since Snake Oil. I can't believe I ever used to believe in that, but I'm feeling much better now. Ben Davis, the crucifixion scene is probably in the Philippines. They do that every year. I know, right? Half-assing it. Get yourself better lumber, Philippines. $20 cat food from Gary Stillman. Very generous, Gary Stillman. Love you. I'll buy cat food in your honor. Norman Vietnam, $10. Thank you, Norman. Appreciate you. Jason Ashby. Greetings from the Philippines. Hey, are you guys responsible for the cross and shit? It is goddamn hot. It's hot there? It's getting chilly here. I'm here for 3 weeks. Stay tuned for the next weather report. Hope everyone's doing well. We're doing great. Thank you, Jay Spin. And Joel Z, $49.99, which makes you so far the super chat. Oh, wait, jump into the world. Joel Z, love watching. Hey, I love you watching because you're very generous. Thank you. Good to see you tonight, Jules. Did you ever pay tithes when you were a Christian? Actually, I didn't, because mainly when I went to church, I was young, and then I was still a Christian when I was in my 20s, but I didn't go to church then because I had like given up on the whole church thing because of the videos that I told you guys about where I made talking about how the church abused me and shit. Darian Meza, $20, very generous. Desian, Oral Dusty, always interesting. Vamos a Memphis Loco, beans and disease to you too, Darian Meza. Love you. Sinister Intelligence, going to get high and watch Titanic tonight. Why? While eating pizza, take my money. I will. I'll take all your money. The raft was big enough for both of them. Spoiler alert. Hit the thumbs up. Hell yeah. What's up, Victoria? Listen to Victoria. She knows what she's talking about. Hit the thumbs up, fuckos. Yeah, buddies. Miss y'all. I ain't been around. Where you been? No forgiveness. Where were you shooting up, Matthew Perry? I know, right? That is not where the needle goes, Matthew. Keep it out of your butt. Sorry I'm late, kisses. Sanctuary Inc. Hey, no problem. $20 is very generous. You're always worth waiting on, Sanctuary. Urban Mosque. That movie, Quick Change, with Bill Murray and Jenna Davis, also had MAGA Prince Randy Quaid in it. Oh, way to sell it. What a nightmares happened on that set. No telling. Sounds awful. Danny Nernick. Anti-vaxxers should be forced to play compulsory game of Ookie Mouth with COVID patients, and I'm trying to be reasonable. Deleted. Belly up. One life, zero gods. $1.99. How do you avoid cynicism following the news? Smoke a lot of weed, masturbate a lot, play a lot of video games, pet a lot of kitties, try not to think about it too much. But it does get depressing, to be honest with you. Sometimes I do have problems putting the show together. Like this show was hard to put together, but then when the cameras turn on, boom, I get right into fucking character, and I'm a pro, baby. Hey, sorry I keep missing your shows. No forgiveness. Work at night job now. All right, I'll forgive you. Keep up the good work. See you next Friday, I hope. All right, Monday. Hopefully I'll be doing a show Monday. Mondays and Fridays, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern, the greatest show in the history of mankind, twice a week. Usually, when I'm up to it, do the best if I can. And religious people say, sign of the times. We know it's always been like this. Yeah, you say worse. Crazily, it's the best it's ever been, which is scary. Thank you, Living Torch. And all right, more super chats, please. Gonna read all the rest of them at the end of the show. Still time to immortalize yourself on the greatest show forever and ever and ever. So do that thing. But now, Judd Watch. And make fun of them. Yeah, we do. And Speaking of making fun of people, holy shit, Herschel Walker, the gift that keeps on giving. So this was going on during my last show I did, so I didn't get to play all the clips, but there were a couple more clips from his debate with Warnock that are just mwah, 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 3 chef kisses delicious. And here's one where he was asked, if elected, what is one idea you would champion to reduce inflation? And spoiler alert, hope you're hungry. It's word salad.
You've been openly critical, blaming President Biden and the Democrats for inflation and for the economy. If elected, what is one idea that you would champion to reduce inflation? We ask you to be specific. You have 60 seconds.
One specific idea.
Well, first of all, you have to blame this administration and Senator Warnock because within 2 years, this inflation has gotten worse.
Yeah, but it's inflation all over the fucking world, and our government has nothing to do with that. It's mainly caused by... Actually, half of the inflation is absolutely caused by corporate greed. They've already shown the statistics. It's because our rich people are completely out of their mind pieces of goddamn shit that want nothing to make more money. So they've increased the prices so much because they know they can get away with it and blame it on inflation and Joe Biden and what his pet, because we have no choice. So first off, we would have to punish corporations for price gouging in this very tough time. Second reason is because of COVID. It's supply and demand, and because so many people were off work during the COVID crisis, we have less goods, so that requires more money to buy them. It's simply how capitalism works. But please, King, continue to blame Democrats for something that has absolutely nothing to do with them.
They cut our energy independence.
We did not cut energy independence. Energy production has actually gone up since Biden has been president. But why tell the truth? Continue, please.
They also raised taxes.
They didn't raise any taxes yet, but they should.
At the same time, they reckless spending all our money.
If you actually look, Democrats always lower the budget while conservatives always raise the budget. Conservatives outspend Democrats by giant fucking numbers. But like I said, all they have are lies, talking points that they just... feed into the minds of the bottom of the barrel dipshits who listen to them.
So he would sit here tonight and say that he's doing a good job for us, and you asked me what is one job I would do to help the inflation.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, we got to become independent, energy independent again. And the reason why, we're going to our enemies to ask for gas and oil. And
that's true. So we got to get off the oil standards. You want to push for more renewable energy, solar and whatnot. The Green New Deal, possibly. No, none of that?
So it's not just in a inflation problem, but it put us on a national security problem. And I think that's something that I think Senator Warnock need to realize. And he mentioned...
I think we all know that, and that's something Democrats are trying to tackle by making renewable energies more cost effective.
He grew up here in Savannah with 12 siblings.
Uh-huh.
Well, in this area, most people live paycheck to paycheck.
Uh-huh.
And we have inflation the way he's brought inflation on. How in the world can you buy grocery or gas?
All right, you didn't answer the question at all. Not at all. None of it. So, not surprising. And then he was asked one thing you could do to lower the prices of college in this country. And of course, his answer would raise the prices of college in this country.
Or what you should do is get rid of federal funding of any college that raised their costs. Get rid of federal.
Literally, a big part of the reason that tuitions have skyrocketed is because, not just because colleges have greedy people that are running them, which they do, but also because they've cut federal funding, which would help the poor people be able to pay for college. So you're actually going to make college much, much more expensive by doing this.
Funding of any college that raised their costs. That's the first thing that you should do.
So that is what you would do.
Yeah,
we're asking what you would do.
Well, any college that raised their costs, I get rid of any federal funding.
That's a really stupid idea. I have a great idea. Let's make at least some base level of college free for everybody, like state colleges. Now, we can move a lot of that online to make it way more cost effective, but have these colleges be accredited, where you can go online and you can get a college degree that is, is accepted as jobs, just like any other college degree would be. Now, obviously, places like Harvard, Yale, Vassar, all these colleges would still exist, and people would go to them. They could pay exorbitant fees to get those fancy degrees if they wanted to, but at least at some base level, there would be some kind of free schooling system so everybody could have schooling without paying for it. And then one of these higher level educations have to compete with a free state-sponsored service, they will have to lower their prices because it's competition, which conservatives are usually in favor of, but, you know, it's all bullshit. They have no solutions. They're all fucking jokes. And he showed his little fake badge, but really, he should have been showing the DNA. You are the father, because you got the kids everywhere. Stay at home and raise your kids, Herschel Walker. And the debate was obvious. A blowout. Herschel Walker, walking concussion, just word salad, stupid, didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, got blown out of the water on every single question. So, of course, in the alternative universe of Fox News, Sean Hannity, Herschel Walker dominates Senator Raphael Warnock on a debate stage. Yes, we substitute your reality with our own. Because truth doesn't matter. We're post-truth. They can literally tell their viewers anything, and most of them didn't watch the debate anyway. So they'll just believe, oh my God, Herschel Walker owned. We can go tell our grandchildren about how well he did on this debate we didn't see. And even Steve Bannon out there selling this lie.
Yeah. Herschel Walker had command of the facts, the issues. It was full spectrum dominance. And you could tell his opponent was not prepared. They were living off the thing that MSNBC says that Herschel Walker's had too many hits to the helmet in football. Right. Herschel Walker won the Senate seat on that debate. And this shows you also, Brother Cortez, why they don't want to get in debate stages with MAGA Republicans.
Yes, this is why they don't want to get on debate stages with MAGA Republicans. So they had another debate right after that, and
early election debate among candidates for the U.S. Senate. Let's meet the candidates for this debate. They are in alphabetical order. Chase Oliver, a libertarian, is a businessman. Herschel Walker, a Republican, is a businessman and former professional athlete. Mr. Walker has declined to participate and is represented by an empty podium.
Because that's what you do when you dominate your opponents in debate, when you just crush them, when they're so afraid to be on the debate stage with you. You don't show up to debates. You only do the one debate that you get crushed on, and then you hide like the fucking cowardly bitch you are. Just holy shit. There's no reason to listen to these people. They don't believe what they say. Their words mean nothing. It's just backwards, bizarro world all the fucking time. But he did have plenty of time while he was skipping the debate to go out in public and make an even bigger fool of himself. So he got roundly and correctly mocked for putting out his little fake honorary badge at the debate. And so he went and got his fat cop buddy who gave it to him to talk about how super real this honorary badge is.
This is Herschel Walker. This is the badge I flashed at the debate, and this is my sheriff, Sheriff Rowland.
Yes. If Herschel's...
And I just want to start by saying, don't we all feel so much more secure that this guy is watching our back? Definitely. I hope he doesn't have to chase anybody.
If Herschel's badge is a prop, then I guess this badge I wear every day to protect the citizen, I guess it's a prop also.
It is. Clearly, both of you are completely out of your goddamn mind and don't know what the fuck you're doing.
But these are real badges, and I gave this to my friend for all he's done for this country and this county.
Oh, it's a real badge. I just gave it to my friend. You can just give badges to your friends and they're real. That's not how this fucking works. What are you talking about? So embarrassing. And then he went out there to explain what he thinks a woman is, because they don't actually have any real answers for anything. They have to spread homophobia, transphobia, bigotry everywhere they go and scare people with this. So here's what he thinks a woman is.
That's what I learned. Like, guys, where are we getting to that we don't stand up and say what's right now? But we shy away. Sorry about that.
No. Listen, I totally agree. I've preached here for a year. I've been here 32 years, and I've always said you've got a man, you've got a womb man.
Yes.
Womb man.
As in womb, shut the fuck up.
If you don't know what you are, if you have a womb, you're a woman.
Right. Right. And if you can't produce a child, you're a man.
Look how stupid he is. I can't do the voice. If you can't produce a child, you're a man. So I guess women who can't bear children, you're all men, according to Herschel Walker. What you gonna do? It's just science. And then he took another stab at explaining what a woman is, and didn't go any better the second time.
And I'm going to answer the question for Riley and for Amber. Men shouldn't be in women's sport. That's easy to know. Men shouldn't be in women's sport.
These are real issues, folks.
I'm going to answer a question that's been asked, and y'all seen it. I know what a woman is. It's written in the Bible. She's from the rib of a man.
That's right, folks. You're from a rib of a man. So easy. So easy. You can have children and you're a rib person. Why? Why doesn't everybody understand this? It's so simple to understand, says Herschel Walker. Good God, y'all. And then, I actually read about this before I saw it. And I read about some guy going on stage and trying to give Herschel Walker some condoms. They're like, some strange man ran up on stage and tried to hand Herschel Walker some condoms. And I was like, really? That sounds like something the Good Liars would do. And then I saw the video.
After the rally, there was an incident in which a man brought condoms on stage while talking to Walker. You can see that moment right here. Walker quickly walked away from the man. The incident comes after allegations.
Yeah, you need them. Birth control. Maybe you wouldn't have to pay for so many abortions, Herschel, if you just use the condoms. Think, Herschel, think. And then, speaking of debates, folks, they had a debate between Val Demings and Marco Rubio, and she going off, folks. She ain't got no time for her shit, and I'm here for it.
The majority of people in our nation want us to do just that. How long will you watch people being gunned down in first grade, fourth grade, high school, college, church, synagogue, a grocery store, a movie theater, a mall, and a nightclub,
Congresswoman,
and do nothing?
That is time.
Forever. He does not give a shit about your kids, folks. And here he is explaining why he's against drop boxes. Now, we know really why he's against drop boxes, because the more people that vote, the less, conservatives do. They have not won a popular presidency like once in the last 50 years or some shit like that. They only win because the Electoral College allows them to win when they get the least number of votes. And so they know the more people that vote, the easier you make it the worse they do. So that is 100% the only reason they are against drop boxes. But here he is going to claim that the real reason he's against drop boxes is because somebody might try to destroy one of them, and that would destroy all the fucking ballots inside the drop boxes. But the excuse he uses why he doesn't want to have any kind of gun control is because bad guys are just going to get guns anyway. Why do you need laws? Bad guys are just going to figure out a way to do it anyway. So wouldn't that also transfer to the drop boxes? Hey, if bad guys want to destroy ballots, they're going to find a reason to do it anyway. They're going to bomb the polling stations. You know, doesn't matter if you make drop boxes legal or not. They're going to find a way. But no, suddenly that logic doesn't track for him. But we see right through his transparent bullshit.
That's a method of voting that doesn't advantage one group or another. There's danger involved in drop boxes. People need to think about it. Okay, imagine if someone decides, oh, there's a drop box. I'm just going to put some explosive in it and blow it up and burn all of those ballots, and now those votes don't count at all. Okay, there is something with elections. There are two things that are very important. Number one, the count has to be accurate. The votes have to be counted accurately. But the other is there has to be public confidence. The public has to believe that the elections were.
Which is why you guys are continuously undermining public confidence. Because you don't give a shit about that, but obviously it's bullshit. If somebody wanted to destroy the balance, they could do so at any place they do it. We know why. Who on the goddamn hell would believe this guy? And then Trump's company charged Secret Service exorbitant hotel rate to protect the first family. Now, we already knew this was happening, folks. I mean, it's Trump. We know they're lying, fucking shameless con man, but now they have all the data. They've gotten all the receipts. Apparently, he charged the Secret Service upwards of $1.4 million over 4 years to stay at his hotels. They jacked up their rates for our own government, for us, for the people. Excessive nightly rates on dozens of trips as high as $1,185 per night. Just the worst, shameless fucking grifters in the goddamn world. the worst criminal to ever sit in the White House. Now, I know no Trump supporter, no maggot is going to care anything about this because they love being abused. They have an abuse fetish. They love when daddy kicks them in the crotch. But just how in your face corrupt they are and just how hypocritical they are. As Joe Biden said, they ain't got no shame. God love them. Watch the lack of shame they have.
If my father travels, they stay at our properties for free, meaning it's like, cost for housekeeping effectively, because you actually have to legally charge government something. So everywhere that he goes, if he stays at one of his places, the government actually spends, meaning it saves a fortune, because if they were to go to a hotel across the street, they'd be charging $500 a night, whereas, we charge them like, $50.
So just lie. Everywhere their mouth's a lie. They're just shameless, grifting con men, but they know it does not matter. Their sycophants, their cult worshipers will just make some excuse up. Hey, he's got to make money. I love it. He's sticking to the government. Finally, somebody's sticking it to the government. I love that he's getting his. That's what they'll say. They'll turn it around and they'll make it to where he's a hero for robbing us and lying about it, folks. That's what they fucking do. And then it came out, apparently, the former vice president of Truth Social have given information to feds that Donald Trump has broken the law on Truth Social. Apparently, and there was another guy, a former contestant on The Apprentice, had a bunch of shares of Truth Social, and Donald Trump wanted this guy to just give up his shares to Melania Trump. That sounds super legal. So basically they illegally forced the guy out and to give up his shares because Trump doesn't give a fuck about anybody but himself. All a money-making scheme. So that got turned over to the feds. Let's see what becomes of that. And then a federal judge found in court that Trump lied under oath about voter fraud in Georgia while trying to overturn the 2020 election. Even Trump's own lawyers say that he lied. He was provided with evidence that the voter turnout that he was spouting was not true. So he knew it wasn't true. And even his lawyer says, hey, if he certifies that he thinks this is true, it would not be accurate. And he turned around and he certified it anyway, knowing it wasn't true. Now, we know Trump lies anyway. But the big deal is that the judge actually found that he lied under oath in court and called him out for it. So we'll see if anything comes from that. Teflon Don. You can break all the laws in the world. It doesn't seem like anything is happening to him. It's so frustrating. And then they released footage of him handing over to Woodward, famed journalist Woodward, the Kim Jong-un letters, the love letters that Kim Jong-un wrote Donald Trump. And Donald Trump's like, don't tell anybody they came from me. Super transparent.
You hear him handing them over to Bob Woodward in real time, and listen to what he says.
Nobody else has them, but I want you to treat them with respect. I understand. And don't say I gave them to you, okay?
Okay.
But I think it's okay. Normally, I wasn't going to give them to Bob, Would you make a photostat of them or something?
No, I dictated them into tape recorder.
Yeah, I gave them, but don't tell anybody they're from me. I want you to show everybody how much Kim Jong-un was kissing my ass, but don't tell anybody because they'll know it was me trying to brag about how awesome I am. But we already knew, dude, that's all you fucking do is brag about how badass you are. And then Steve Bannon apparently got a huge jail sentence for not showing up for the congressional subpoena. He got 4 months. 4 months. Probably won't even serve that much, folks. Just a slap on the wrist to these people. You literally don't even have to show up for Congress. They will barely do anything to you. So all he's going to do, he's going to serve his, 2.5 months, whatever it is. And then he's going to get out of prison. He's going to make $1 billion playing the victim. That is what the grift is every fucking time. And they tell you right out what they're going to do. Here's convicted felon Dinesh D'Souza. Hey, Steve Bannon, these days incarceration on political grounds is a badge of honor, just as it was for Martin Luther King Jr. in the 1960s. Now as then, we are dealing with a rogue regime engaged in selective prosecution and targeting. The real criminals are in the Biden DOJ. Yeah, here's the law and order, people. If you hold any of us accountable for our crimes, it's political. We're basically like Martin Luther King Jr. So yeah, he'll do his time and he'll get out and he'll make his millions because it's a goddamn trash fucking planet. But at least Dark Brand is rising. One sunny spot in my day. At least Biden is turning out to be way better than I thought he was going to be. Here he is commenting on Steve Bannon's jail sentence.
Being sentenced 4 months.
What the fuck?
Being sentenced 4 months for this.
I never heard a reaction to Steve Bannon.
He says, I never have a reaction to Steve Bannon. I'm a shit. It's all out of sync now. Fuck, am I out of sync? Or is it just the video that's out of sync now? God damn it. What the fuck? Let me play this video, see if this video is out of sync. Here's Mars. Let's just play it.
Party. The Democrat Party is the
It's
party
all
of child
out of
abuse.
fucking sync. God damn
It's
it.
the party that represents grooming children.
Why? 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 I wonder if I just shut this down and restart it real quick, if it'll just fix itself. Hopefully I won't have to reboot. God fucking damn it.
Children and sexualizing them in school, teaching anti.
All right, folks, we know how to handle this one.
Racism
Sucks,
in the
but I'm
terms
gonna
of
have to reboot my system
CRT
real
education.
quick. It's been a while since we've had a fucking problem with this. I guess it's almost 2 hours into the show, but we know how to handle this. We're not going to freak out. We're going to take the last few super chats. We're going to copy them. We're going to take them over here, and we're going to paste them into a new thing, and we're going to save it as it's 174. Yeah, cool. And then I'm going to reboot real quick. I'll be back in 2 minutes, folks. Tell each other jokes. Best joke wins. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We got a whole lot of show left coming at you. All right, we're back. That didn't take too long. Got it all going on. Good thing I didn't pop my porn up. I actually downloaded some porn. Never download porn. But you guys didn't see it. It was Brandy Love porn. Just telling myself. It was Brandy Love porn. She's like the conservative MILF porn star. And I was like, hey, I want to watch this conservative MILF porn star take some big black dick. What a thing to come back to. So let's go ahead and kick the show back off, folks. Hell yeah. Let's get back to the Dark Brandon. Here's what he had to say about Steve Bannon being in jail.
Being sentenced 4 months for this.
I never heard a reaction to Steve Bannon.
I never have a reaction to Steve Bannon. Hell yeah. Lord me some Dark Brandon. Do what you do. And then there was another debate between Marjorie Trader Greene and her opponent. I should know what the opponent's name is, but I am bad and I feel bad about it. Anyway, here's her rant about how the Democratic Party is the party of child abuse, which we know is not true. We know that the vast majority of people raping children seem to be all from churches and stuff, right wing and shit, but don't let reality get in your way.
Party. The Democrat Party is the party of child abuse. It's the party that represents grooming children and sexualizing them in school, teaching anti-white racism in the terms of CRT education, and genital mutilation of kids that can't even get a driver's license, can't get a tattoo.
She don't give a fuck about the genital mutilation of kids, because the main kids that get genitally mutilated are boys. Excuse me. Circumcision is male genital mutilation, folks. Now, I know they teach us, oh, it's for cleanliness or some shit. No, it's not. I'm uncircumcised and keeping my dick clean never been fucking easier. Never had a fucking moment's goddamn problem. This is a religious ceremony done to mutilate kids for no fucking reason at all. She does not care about it one goddamn iota.
And cannot vote. How do you stand there and represent the Democrat Party as a father? And do you believe in genital mutilation of children under the age of 18?
You do. You believe in the genital mutilation of babies. Half the babies on the planet. You have zero problem with it, you fucking liar.
And these puberty blockers that have severe health consequences. Party.
Yeah, you know what has health consequences? Getting a big part of your dick cut off. I don't want to be too crude, folks, but as somebody who's still intact, the foreskin is very useful. I like it. My life would be, I'm not just kidding, my life would be way different without my foreskin. It would be worse, way worse. I can literally come by touching a vibrator to my foreskin, folks. I feel sorry for all you guys that have been trimmed. I'm sorry they did that to you. You should be angry about it. I'm angry fucking for you, even if you don't know. As someone who hasn't been, I'm angry for you. Do not do that to your fucking children. I don't care how socially acceptable and normal it is. It's genital mutilation, and these fucks don't give a shit about it. They're all goddamn liars and butchers. And all right, let's see where I'm at here. Bannon, Marge. Here we go. And let's see how the debate went tonight. Somebody edited some clips together that shows the contrast between what she said on the debate and what she said before.
If we flood the Capitol building, go inside. You cannot accuse me of insurrection.
I can.
The people who breached the Capitol on January 6th are being abused. I was a victim of the January 6th riot just as much as any other member of Congress. Tomorrow on January 6th, I'm very excited. This is our 1776 moment. That was the third day I had on the job. I had nothing to do with what happened there that day, and I will not have you accuse me of that.
You will.
Just finished with our meetings here at the White House this afternoon. We had a great planning session. January 6th objection. That is wrong of you to do. You're lying about me, and you will not defame my character in that manner.
I will.
Call your House reps. Call your senators from your states. We've got to make sure they're on board, and we already have a lot of people engaged.
Did Joe Biden win the election, Congresswoman Green?
Joe Biden is the president of the United States.
Absolutely.
Marcus. President Trump won by a landslide.
But you pushed a big lie that said he did not win the election.
We aren't going to let this election be stolen by Joe Biden and the Democrats. There was election fraud.
You drove those people to the Capitol on January 6th with your lie.
You can't allow it. Just transfer power. The Capitol peacefully are being abused. This is our 1776 moment.
The most popular conservative congressperson. They're traitors to the goddamn planet. Well, of the country at least. The planet too. Both. And here's the people she's hanging out with, folks. The new darling of the America First movement. One of the people that was at the convention that Marjorie Taylor Greene headlined with Nick Fuentes. Here's the people she's buddying with. Here's the people she's influencing. Here's them telling you exactly what they want to do.
America is the great Satan. And you know who's telling you this? A patriot. Someone who loves not this country, but what this country can be.
Mm-hmm.
I love the idea. I love what this country could become. And I love a lot of what this country once was. It's the other thing. That's why Make America Great Again means so much to me. I love what this country once was. Before the Civil Rights Movement. Cac.
Yep, they're saying it out loud, folks. That's what MAGA means. Make America Great Again. Well, when was America great? Before the Civil Rights Movement. Yep. When blacks knew their place, it was so much better. Just saying the quiet part out loud. And yeah, we already knew it, but thanks for clarifying what we already knew. And then, so I told you guys before about how Ron DeSantis is putting forth this dog and pony show. This photo op, this dirty tricks a political scheme where he's trying to make his voters think that not only is there widespread voter fraud, but he deeply cares about it and he's the man that's going to combat it. So what he's done is they've entrapped a bunch of black people who were felons, who got out of prison and thought they were eligible to vote and actually were told by DeSantis' government that they were eligible to vote. So they went and voted and then they were not eligible to vote. And so they went and arrested these people. And here's the video footage of them arresting these people who they entrapped.
Apparently, I guess you have a warrant?
For what?
I'm not sure.
For voter stuff, man.
For voters.
It's what it is. I think the agents with FDLE talked to you last week about some voter fraud, voter stuff, when you weren't supposed to be voting, maybe.
I didn't.
So.
What are they talking about?
That's what we're not the case agents, but
look at these hardened criminals. Here's another example.
Have reduced your bond quite a bit.
Do you have a warrant for your arrest? For what? It's for voter fraud.
Good, how are you, sir?
Oh my God, hold on. Wait. Let me tell my husband.
We're telling him, he's right here.
Right here. So if you can put your hands behind your back, please. Oh my God. Do not move.
Ultimately, ma'am, you have a warrant? Okay. The warrant. Hold on, listen. I know you caught off guard, I understand. Right? So you have a warrant, it's for voter fraud, okay? Hear me out. It's an ROR. You know what an ROR is?
Oh my God.
Arresting these people for really no fucking reason. They set them up to be arrested. But there is a dual system of justice. I don't tell you guys this in this country. But they're not even trying to pretend otherwise. As Linda Lee says, Florida Republicans in the Village who voted twice were only asked to attend civics classes, folks. Black Floridians who did nothing wrong at all were arrested by Ron DeSantis and faced jail time. The Ku Klux Klan is back and it's been rebranded as MAGA, and it's a true story. 2 civics class, community service for 2 voting fraud suspects from the Village. Yep, they're like, hey, just community service for you guys. Slap on the wrist. With the black folks, break out the handcuffs. And of course, he'll get on TV. He'll show the footage to the black folks that he illegally arrested and say, see, I'm strong. We knew it was the black folks. We knew it was Democrats. We knew they were the one doing the voter frauds. I guarantee he's not going to show these old fucking boomers at the goddamn villages who they love the slap of the wrist. Just angering. How did you Floridians let your goddamn state turn into this racist fucking trash? I guess it's always been, but you should be so fucking embarrassed. And where you at, Joe Rogan? Gonna fucking push DeSantis all day down our goddamn throat? You gonna speak out about this? Fuck no, you're not. And folks, who loves overtime? Everybody loves overtime. And now we're into the second hour of our show, which makes it overtime. So you know what to do. Reward me for overtime. All my hard work, you know you want to. But at least something good came out of the Ron DeSantis political stunts he's doing. Ron DeSantis flying migrants to Martha's Vineyard may have unintentionally opened the door for them to remain in the U.S. permanently. Good. When Florida Governor Ron DeSantis chartered planes to fly migrants from Texas to Martha's Vineyard last month, he may have unintentionally given them an opportunity to remain in the U.S. indefinitely. A Texas sheriff on Thursday certified that the nearly 50 migrants who flew from San Antonio to Massachusetts in September were the victims of a crime. Based upon the claims of migrants being transported from Bexar County under false pretenses, we are investigating this case as possible unlawful restraint. We have submitted documentation through the federal system to ensure the migrants' availability as witnesses during the investigation. Victims of certain crimes can apply for a U visa. If approved, the U visa can provide the victims and their families with temporary immigration status, including the ability to work and the possibility of lawful permanent resident status or a green card, according to the Department of Homeland Security. So it always backfires on these motherfuckers. Always explodes their faces, and good. Ship some more motherfuckers off there, DeSantis. Do it. And they're always such hypocrites, folks. Like I continuously say, every accusation from a conservative is a confession. Another example of this, the Arizona GOP candidate who said he wanted to protect our children from the progressives, because, you know, we're the ones who are really a danger to them, not the preachers, not the ones fucking them in the ass continuously. It's us, isn't it? Those of us who want to read them stories. For progressives has been arrested for masturbating outside of preschool. And yep, here he is, folks. Arizona GOP candidate arrested for allegedly masturbating in a truck near a preschool. Yep. So, as we all do, he was all stressed out. He was like, I fucked up. I've been under so much stress. So he decided to jack off outside of a preschool in his car. You know, totally normal shit from conservatives here. And he was like, you're not going to tell anybody it was in front of a preschool, are you? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And so you're done. But of course, he's doubling down. He's quit the race, but he's like, I'm still going to fight for our children. Yeah, please, dude. We don't need your help anymore. You're good. Disappear forever. And then, speaking of conservatives who are horny on Maine, look at this fucking sex pot. Has there ever been a more glorious alpha male than Oath Keeper? The fuck's his name? Stuart Rhodes. Look how sexy this motherfucker is. So apparently it was revealed in court that him and his lawyer had been having an affair. Let's see what his lawyer looks like. I looked her up. Here's his lawyer, Kelly Sorrell. Yeah, here she is. And apparently she wants that traitor dick because they submitted text that he had messaged her with. And let's read those texts. He says to her, speaking of fucking, if you need some, come on over, Rhodes texted general counsel Kanye Sorrell, on January 2nd, 2021, according to a message shown in court. Maybe I'll drag you into my hotel room and throw you on the bed then. You ended the sentence with a preposition. That is incorrect English, dude. Anyway, Sorrell, in a text message shown in court, responded, "See, that's how I know you're trouble. You're too good at what you do. Ho, bad boy thing. I'm a damn moth to the flame. I really am replaying my teenager years." I guess she was kind of slutty in her teenage years because she fucking this guy. And I gotta say, damn, he kind of sexy. Even I kind of want to fuck that eye socket a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little eye socket fucking. It's not gross. Anyway, cool, Kellyanne Sorrell, you get that traitor dick, girl. Yikes. And then, I can't believe it once again, folks. I'm one of the only people in the world covering a story, and the next thing you know, boom, like Gangworks. Gangworks, is that a say? Anyway, everybody starts covering it. Gangbusters, that's the word I'm looking for. Fuck you. T-Mobile. Connection to Grapevine-based Patriot Mobile sparks a backlash. You guys remember I've been talking about the Patriot Mobile thing? It's a cell service for conservatives because, you know, even your cell service has to have a political leaning for some reason. It don't make no goddamn sense, but it don't matter. So all they do, like I told you guys, they resell T-Mobile service. They just jack up the price and they sell you T-Mobile service for more than you'd pay for it if you went directly with T-Mobile. And so you're basically just paying these guys because they've conned you into giving their money by saying, we're patriots. So now there's a backlash suddenly. People are calling for boycotts on T-Mobile to distance themselves with Patriot Mobile because Patriot Mobile is spending a lot of their money that they're conning out of the dipshits who sign up with them to push anti-gay stuff. More than 1,200 people have signed an online petition asking the mobile phone giant to cut ties with Patriot Mobile, a grapevine-based company that calls themselves America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. Patriot Mobile founded a political action committee this year that backed 11 winning candidates for school boards in the Dallas suburbs, many of whom sought to ban books as part of efforts to fight what they see as woke education policies. So, yep, I'm a T-Mobile. Better get your shit together, T-Mobile. Boycott them. Hey, and so obviously journalists all over the world are listening to me and they're starting to cover the stories that I'm covering. So, hey, you guys should look into the fact that the guy running Patriot Mobile's YouTube account is Ted Cruz's father, Rafael Cruz. Think there might be some shady ass shit going on there? Look into it, journalist. I have done my job, and that is my Chud Watch. What's up, dirty sexies? Grift, grift, grift. That's all they do. APG, always be grifting. Gang bowies. Gangbusters. Gangbusters. I knew what the word was the whole time. I was just testing you guys. I'm not stupid. Literally shot his own eye out, did he? I'm not surprised. We still fuck it, though. I'm kinky that way. Don't kink shame me. And all right, folks, moving right along into our overtime. It's time for some Beyond Parody. Beyond's Parody! Now then, and first off, on Beyond Parody, holy shit, these guys are so cringe. Trump supporters, the most embarrassing humans to ever live, but at least we have the good liars to call them out and make fun of them. Here he is making fun of one of these guys who loves to chant, let's go Brandon. Watch how cringe this guy is. I almost feel sorry for him. He's so embarrassing. Let's watch.
Let's go, Brandon! Let's go, Brandon! Make America great again! Let's go, Brandon!
And what does Let's Go, Brandon mean?
Oh, what do you think it means? FJB. Fuck Joe Biden! Boom!
Why not just say it? Why the Let's Go, Brandon? Why not just say fuck Joe Biden?
We're having fun. Just because we can say this anywhere. On national television, get away with it. And everybody knows what it means.
It means fuck Joe Biden.
It means fuck Joe Biden.
All right, so we're seeing a lot of that here. A lot of people here want to fuck Joe Biden. This guy was screaming it a bunch.
Yep, he wants to fuck Joe Biden. I don't blame him. Dark Bannon, super sexy, but also super goddamn cringe. The reason you're saying fuck Joe Biden, or the reason you're saying let's go Bannon instead of fuck Joe Biden, is because you're politically correct? Yeah, you could just say fuck Joe Biden on TV if you wanted to. What are they going to do? Not that the FCC is going to fine you. You're just some normal dipshit. But no, you're trying to get away with something by saying something else. Kind of seems like political correctness there, dipshit. And then more from the good liars, folks. I just love them so much. This lady wants us to remember how great things were back in 2020. Remember how great it was? And she gets called out for it, and her response is hilarious.
So what brings you to the Trump rally today? We see you've got this sign.
Yeah, this has been bothering me for a couple of years. This was right before everybody found out that Biden was going to be our president.
So, okay, so on
Election Day morning.
But they were reminding me here on Google that it was severe demand destruction caused by the COVID-19 pandemic was why gas prices were so low.
Well, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, yeah, gas prices were low because of the feckless response for Donald Trump to a very destructive, deadly pandemic that left tons of fucking people dead, and then like the whole states were shut down because of it, and nobody was going anyplace, and because our economy works on supply and demand, there was more supply than demand, and prices dropped to nothing, basically because of all the people that were dying. But whatever, let's go back to that. Just goddamn it, we're doomed. Woo, and Kevin Sorbo needs to go back to college. I guess he never was at college to begin with, so he needs to go to begin with. But anyway, he says, if you went to college and paid, that is not how you spell paid, off your loans all by yourself, congrats. You will now help other people pay off theirs. Hey, I didn't even go to college, and I'm still helping people to pay off theirs. Hey, I don't have any kids, yet I still pay for the kids to go to the local schools. And you know what? That's how fucking society works. It's fine. Who gives a shit, Kevin Sorbo? God forbid you ever do something selfless for somebody. I bet you're a Christian, huh? And then, speaking of beyond parody, so apparently they're going to make a right-wing superhero movie, and it went exactly as you would expect it to. Right-wing superhero movie ends in disaster after $1 million in funders' cash goes missing. So always be Gripton, this guy that made millions off the woke or the anti-woke comic book he put out, is going to make a movie. An attempt to make a Confederacy promoting right-wing superhero movie has reportedly ended in disaster after $1 million in funders' money has gone completely missing. The Daily Beast Will Summers reports that the planned movie called Rebels Run was based on a comic book character created by far-right blogger Vox Day that features a hero named Rebel who is sometimes depicted in a Confederate flag bustier, and who fights against a global police force hunting down free-thinking conservatives. So the good guys? The film's trouble started when Day, whose given name is Theodore Beale, decided to use a Utah-based firm called Ohana Capital Financial to hold the $1 million he'd raised in donations for the movie in escrow. Bill went with Ohana because it was a rare financial institution who would do business with him, given his long history of unabashed racism and sexism. The trouble, as Summers writes, is that Ohana appears to have been a sham institution set up by a con artist. Shocker. Ohana was the creation of James Wolfgram, a self-described cryptocurrency billionaire who posted pictures of sports cars that supposedly belonged to him on social media, he writes. But in fact, according to a federal indictment filed last month, Wolfgram's wealth was a sham. The sports car pictures, for example, were pulled from other websites. Wolfgram's business also sold what were billed as high-tech cryptocurrency mining rigs. But those too were a hoax, according to the prosecutors, with their screens just running a loop to create an illusion of mine. Day told disappointed supporters recently that their money had, in fact, gone missing while under Wolfgram's care. I wouldn't count on us getting the money back, said Day, who also basically claimed that it was the left was a part of a grander plot intended to break our community. So yeah, he probably got paid. He's probably in on it with them. They're con artists, but of course they steal your money and they blame the left because this is what they always fucking do. Play the victim and then blame the left for doing it, but the left had nothing to do with it. You guys fucking did it. But dude got millions for his comic book, $1 million for this fucking fake movie. It's just so depressing. Literally all you have to say is, I'm making something anti-woke, and these idiots can't throw fucking money fast at you. Shut up and take my anti-woke. Just so brain dead. Like, I don't even care they lost their fucking money. Good. Fools and their money are soon parted. And folks, this is actually real bastion of masculinity. Can't get any more masculine than Matt Walsh. Gonna explain to us why men shouldn't cry. Hey, I hope you had Jordan Peterson on speed dial to explain this to him.
Public. It is unmanly and dishonorable. Men should not cry in public. It is unmanly and dishonorable. Rare exceptions can be made to this rule, but we make far too many exceptions. And the exceptions are pretty obvious. A loved one dies, your child is born, your bride is walking down the aisle at your wedding. In the latter two cases, a dignified tear or two may be acceptable, but please don't turn the faucet on. Okay? There's no reason to go overboard. Don't try to prove a point. Other exceptions can be imagined. We've talked about some of them before. Perhaps, for example, you're saying goodbye to your family before embarking on a 3-year voyage to Mars. Maybe you're watching the end of the movie Rudy. Aside from those rare occurrences, the point is that men should comport themselves with a certain level of stoicism and dignity, learning to control their emotions.
We literally know this is calling an increased level of suicide in men. Suicide rate in men is higher than it is in women, and we know for a goddamn fact it's because of toxic masculinity like this, where men are taught they need to keep their emotions in fucking side or else they're not masculine enough, and you know what that leads to? Suicide! But who gives a fuck? You actually hate men. You're hurting them. People who call out toxic masculinity are the ones who are actually trying to help men. We don't hate men. We don't hate masculinity. We're the ones actually trying to service them and help them. I'm trying to service men. And speaking of fucking clowns, Tulsi Gabbard. Imagine pretending to be on the left, a progressive, and then the day after you declare you're leaving the left for the right, you decide to do a convention with Matt Walsh. You decide to just throw everything you claim to believe away inside and be seen and throw your weight behind the worst, shameless, bigoted grifters in the fucking world. Tercy says, under the guise of gender affirmation, our kids are being put at risk by those punishing harmful, irreversible surgeries. You mean, circumcision? We must protect our children. Tomorrow I'll be speaking in Nashville at the rally to end child mutilations. They have nothing, folks. They have to pretend like these are real fucking issues in order to scare the public into getting votes. It's so fucking transparent. And so, of course, she comes out there and endorses Tudor Dixon. Remember Tudor Dixon? She was the one that was on record explaining why she thinks a 14-year-old should be forced to carry her rapist baby. She's also one of the main politicians that pushes Russian propaganda narratives, literally on news shows, talking about how the shit she's talking about is exactly the same as what Putin is putting out there. So nobody should be shocked to see Tercy side with other Russian Putin propaganda apologists. And Devin Nunes, folks, out there bitching about how hard it is for conservatives to win court cases because, you know, the world is so unfair to straight white conservative men. You know, the blacks have it really easy. The blacks have it so easy. It's us white boys who the judicial system is so hard on.
That we have this other problem that if you get tried as a Republican in one of the large cities, large jurisdictions in this country, there is a high likelihood that you are going to be on the losing side.
Yeah, because there's a high likelihood that you're guilty. Conservatives are more likely to commit crimes like this kind of stuff, and then they get found out. Aren't you guys the law and order people? Oh, not when it applies to you.
Likelihood that you are going to be on the losing side of that argument in court. And this is what's developed now is this two-tiered justice system.
It's a two-tier justice system, folks. I mean, he's right about that, but it ain't white folks who are at the bottom of that tier, motherfucker. They're always complaining, folks. Like I said, they have a fetish for oppression. And here's how ridiculous they are. The Hill says, Musk said he plans to cut nearly 75% of Twitter's workforce report. Going to get rid of all the Twitter people. I don't know how that's going to go for him since the engineers running the website probably are necessary. But anyway, Mustang says, start with purple, green, and blue hair. Tattoos and shrapnel faces would be an excellent start. So someone asked him, so you're proud that you discriminate based on appearance and you support a CEO employer doing so as well? To which this goddamn utter living parody says, I'm a white male. In 2022, no one is more discriminated against more than us, but we don't whine and cry. Literally all you guys do is whine and cry. I play so many clips of you guys. We just carry on. You're not looking for equality. You people are looking for being celebrated. God damn it. There is no bigger snowflakes than white snowflakes. You are the snowflakes you were looking for, and they don't beyond parody. Imagine having this face, folks. This carved up face. Pull back so fucking tight. Another purge mask. Imagine having this face and making fun of Nancy Pelosi for getting too much plastic surgery. Play, motherfucker. Do it. Do it. Do it. Please? Please, pretty please. Let's try it one more time. Do it.
I mean, you can't even, it's like the greatest hits of incompetence and idiocy. And yet we have like little clapping seals in the media, like you said, that are complicit. It's like the guy can do no wrong. Yet if this was Donald Trump, I mean, my God, they'd be, right Mar-a-Lago again.
Always
Let's
the victim.
bring it back into office just so we can impeach him one more time. I mean, it's out of control. And, it's sad because this country deserves so much better. And where is the journalism these days when you see like Andrea Mitchell fawning over Pelosi lying what's left of her face off about Biden's accomplishments and the legislative
Nancy
achievements.
Pelosi lying what's left of her face off.
I mean, Halloween's around the corner.
She said too much plastic surgery.
I mean, you can't even. It's like the greatest hits of incompetence and idiocy. And
beyond parodies. You're funny. Somebody said still would. Gross. Not with a 10-foot. Not with your dick, to be honest with you. And then, last up on Beyond Parody, you guys see this one? Holy shit, they're so fucking stupid. So, Marjorie Taylor Greene trying to be racist, as always. Trying to give a shout out to the Confederacy. I wonder why a person that hangs out with the white supremacy group, America First, is trying to dog whistle to her fan base that she loves the Confederacy. Weird, huh? The Confederacy only lasted 6 years. My channel has existed twice as long as the Confederacy. Yet this one particular time period in history, they love to celebrate and revere for some reason. I wonder what it was about that time period. Anyway, she posted, tonight I stopped at the Wilder Monument in Chickamauga, Georgia, which honors the Confederate soldiers in the Wilder Brigade. I will always defend our nation's history. Only a little caveat. Apparently that monument was set up for the Union soldiers who fought and died there. So, I wonder if she's going to do a correction that says, hey, I was wrong. This is actually a Union monument, but hey, I still defend our nation's history. Are you still for it now that you know that it was a Union? You're not? You haven't said anything? Oh, why? What happened to defending our nation's history? That's still part of our nation's history. It's not interesting anymore now that it's no longer racist. Curious. And also, beyond parody. And all right, cool. Nailed that segment. What you guys got to say? Dead as sex is. Insert banana peel. Do it. MTG knows her history. Yep. She's highly educated. Trump followers, the true horror film characters. They are scary, that's for sure. Purge mass zombies. And all right, folks, get your super chats in. Do it to it. You know you want to, but let's do a Karen section. Found a few Karens this week. Amazing.
It's clear you're just a mess. You should be caring less. It's obvious you're completely out of touch. 'Cause bitch, you're caring too much.
Ding! Why you caring so much? And first off, I don't even know how much I want to play of this. This is kind of an annoying clip, but apparently this kid's daughter was trying to get on rides that she was too small to be on. They have safety rules. You can be slung out and killed, and they don't want to kill children at the carnival, and he ain't having it. Apparently, I looked him up, too, and he's some kind of well-known Trump supporter. Residents across the Northeast react to U.S. Capitol insurrection. He was like, it's super cool. Anyway, shocking. This guy's a Trumper. Let's have a look at him have a fit and pretend like he's a badass.
The girl with the mole on her face. Believe me, this kid is going on this ride, or me and you are going on the parking lot. I'm telling you right now. 3 rides this kid has been denied. 3 rides this kid has been denied. This kid is going on this ride, bro. This kid is going on this ride.
She's not.
Listen, you can do it your way or you can do it my way, bro. This kid has been denied. The girl with the mole on her face. You'll see.
You'll see.
Yeah, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? I'm going to make your life miserable right now.
No.
Listen, you're messing
They're already
with the wrong
carnies.
guy,
How much
bro.
worse is it going to be?
I'm telling you right now. See this kid? My 8-year-old daughter crying? You'll see. You'll get somebody up here. I will shut this bitch down, bro.
Entitled much?
I'm shutting it down. This kid, I am not going to listen to my
Poor girl.
8-year-old cry again. We went to the ride at the bottom, and she passed the thing. Otherwise, we would have not come out here. Otherwise...
Anyway, he annoying, and spoiler alert, she did not ride the ride. So, and then... this Karen walking by these 2 kids just shooting a video and just couldn't help but stop and interject herself and her stupidity and homophobia into their conversation and was real proud of herself. Let's have a listen.
New England.
Where are you from?
New England.
What's your name?
Chris.
Chris, are you gay?
I am, actually.
Any chance... Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
I'm straight.
You're straight?
Yeah.
So you were just passing us by and you said you're straight?
Yeah, I heard he was gay.
Yeah.
What's going on with this diversity thing? Why is it so important?
What do you mean?
Why is it so important that everybody's got to pronounce the LGBTQ or STUVWXYZ today? I'm from the 60s. We never had to do that.
So,
actually, people in the 60s were all about free love and acceptance, weren't they? I think you might have been in the wrong 60s, bitch.
Does it bother you a little bit?
No, it's a trend. It's like I'm cool.
No, it doesn't bother me at all, which is why I stopped to gripe about it. You're really fucking bothered, Snowflake. Triggered, you might say.
No, it's a trend. It's like I'm cool. Now I'm going to try this out even if you're not gay. I think the real gay people should stand up and speak out instead of this whole trend that's happening.
Hey, the real gay people are just happy to fuck. Hey, if you're straight and you pretend to be gay, even better. That's kind of a fetish. Ooh, I just blew a straight guy. Super cool. You might want to update your gay knowledge there, lady.
Do you mean people who on OnlyFans pretend to be gay for money?
No, nothing like that. They think like these girls, for instance, right? They're straight, but they're going to go, well, maybe I'll have another try. It's cool. Let me hold hands with you. And let me be in the trend. And
Do you support the LGBTQ community?
I'm a Roman Catholic. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I believe
Shocker.
Adam and Eve, man and woman.
So you don't care about the real gays at all. You just hate all gay people.
I'm not a gay basher or a gay
You
hater.
are. That's what you're
just,
doing.
as for me, from my religious and spiritual perspective,
Fuck your religion.
I think, but where did it come from? It came from the fall. You heard of the fall? The fall on April?
A little bit, yeah.
I want to go into that.
No, but I really like your opinion. Can you tell?
The trend. It's like you see like beautiful young girls, and they're on the train. And they think it's cool, and they're not gay, but they're trying to be like, oh, I'm trying this out, and it's just another option. But they're not. They're being. It's almost like I feel like society is molding people into a homogenization.
What
says the Catholic? Good God.
Advice?
What do you mean by homogenized?
What advice you would give to this kind of people? Can you give advice? Yeah.
Don't listen to the mainstream media. Number one, and
read the Bible.
Politics are trying to mold people to win them over just for votes, catering to your sensitivities. I think if you're not born gay and you're not gay, just be yourself. Don't try to be something you're not.
So you can be born gay? So it's not a sin, or does God just make you born gay on purpose in order to fuck with you? Oh.
So do you think people are born gay, or you think they're just turning gay?
I think now or always?
Like overall?
Now, no, they're not. A lot of them aren't born gay. Maybe they were abused by their parents and they hate women, hate man. And then there's this tendency to get attracted to the same sex because that sex didn't hurt them. Or there's some kind of woundedness going on in their childhood. And like this...
That's why they tell me I'm an atheist. Oh, you're an atheist because something bad happened to you. No, I just researched it and found out it was bullshit. Pretty simple.
Look that everyone has. It's almost homogenized. Like I look at you. How old are you?
Guess.
About 19?
I'm 25.
Okay.
But I really appreciate the compliment.
62.
You look great too.
Thank you.
Okay, so one advice.
It's almost like you look the same. It's like I can see you came out that whole thing.
No, I came out from I came out from Ukraine. But what's advice you would give to gay people though? To real gay people?
To fight back and to stand against this invasion of this trend that's coming out and destroying it for the
or you can just enjoy it and fuck them all. That sounds much better.
Originals.
What's your name?
Even though I'm against
What's your name?
Teresa,
we really appreciate you here. Thank you.
Okay, God bless you. You like that, right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
You like that, right? Yeah, we loved your bigotry and just interjecting yourself for no fucking reason. That was hilarious. We'll make fun of you all over the internet. Thank you. Thank you for providing us for free content. And then, on the Karens, folks! I'm not going to play this whole video because it's really annoying, but oh my god, this woman is so entitled. So this poor waitress handed her a menu, and the menu just happened to have the calories on there because some menus have the calories on there, which is good. It allows us to know how much you're eating so you can keep track of your calories and not gain weight if you don't want to. And she is so incensed. You have hurt her so bad by making her read how fat the food she eats is.
My day, because I've got to sit here and read the calories on there, and you know what? Now I don't want anything.
Well, good,
this woman screams at the waitress after she is handed a menu with calories on display.
Yeah, but honestly, nothing is intentional, please.
Well, I don't care if it's intentional or not. I'm sorry. I get that you've apologised, but what's done is done. And you can't take that back now. And now I've got to sit here and read that.
God, how do you even live being this sensitive?
You don't need to worry about that, honestly.
What? I don't need to worry.
You look wonderful. It's not something that you really need to worry about.
Are you for real? You don't know me.
You don't know her.
You don't know my life. You don't know my backstory. You don't know my situation.
You don't know her situation.
How can you...
Yeah, you're yelling at her anyway when she's just trying to do her fucking job. You goddamn bitch.
Sit there and say I look wonderful. Well, thank you. That's really nice of you, but you don't know what's going on. You don't know what I've been through. So putting this down here on this table for me to see makes it very difficult for me. Do you understand that?
I completely.
But you don't, because or else you wouldn't have done it. No, I won't actually.
God, I can't listen anymore. Shut the fuck up. God, how do you even leave the house? How do you not commit suicide? We're that frail and fragile. Just crazy. And speaking of Karen too much, literal Karen too much. So apparently the city put up a Karen display, which is amazing. So obviously they immediately had to take it down.
City of Prosser taking down its City Hall Halloween display after getting complaints its display was in some poor taste. There's a photo of the display here. It had been taken down after posts online complained of it being in poor taste, making fun of certain women. We also heard some of the complaints here. In a press release, the City of Prosser also says they have withdrawn their entry into the historic downtown Prosser decorating contest and say they acknowledge the display was inconsistent with the spirit of that competition.
What? It was awesome. Give them all the prizes. Fuck y'all. Gotta ruin everything. Fucking Karens had a Karen display taken down. Can't write this shit. And all right, that's my Karen section. Been a while since we've had our full Karen section. Pretty cool. What you guys gotta say? No, I know, right? God damn it. Calorie count is such a burden. I do it. I count my calories. I know exactly how much calories every fucking thing I'm eating is. You just gotta kind of know. I'm traumatized with the Karen display. I know, right? I'm sorry for doing that to you, but not really. And all right, folks, last chance to get your super chats in. The show's about to be over, so do it while you still can. You'll feel good about yourself, but finishing us off, a little slow this week. About to freak out the cats. Slow news week with Dustin Smith. Yeah! I'm sorry. I am so sorry, guys. You should be used to it by now. Only one of them ran away. The rest of them are fine. All right. First off, on Slow News Week, Dusty Smith, what do you do when a big giraffe sticks their head in your car? Well, obviously, the only sensible thing to do is roll the window up. What could go wrong?
Oh.
Yeah, you fucking moron.
God.
Yo, God, you are fucking idiots, aren't you?
Are you all right?
Are you all right? You should be asking the
sure?
fucking giraffe that. You just shut the window
Do you
on
want
its
me
head.
to try call someone?
Yeah, call the idiot police because you're a fucking
I think the
idiot.
giraffe might have glass in it as well.
Yeah, I know. They should charge you for
Don't
that
try and
stupid
get out,
shit.
yeah?
Yeah, just stay there.
I hope the
would.
giraffe kicks your ass, dummies. And then, another Slow News with Smith. Yeehaw! This is pretty interesting, folks. Don't know if you guys saw this one or not. So apparently they have new technology now, and it can track your body type. So it knows who you are compared to who the person standing next to you are. And then, depending on where you're standing, it broadcasts a display of the screen that only you can see from where you're standing. So if you move over here, it broadcasts the display to you over here also, and nobody else can see it but you. Pretty cool. It's in airports.
Welcome to the future here at the Detroit airport. You scan your boarding pass, look up at a giant screen, and you see only your flight information, even how many minutes it'll take you to walk to your gate. But only you can see it. It doesn't matter if you're standing right next to one other person or 100. Each person only sees their own information. Mind's blown.
It's otherworldly.
And I can't see a thing.
that is insane.
Can you read that for mommy at the top? What does it say?
Hello, George. What?
Really? No way, that's so
Charlie
cool.
bit my
I can't see
finger.
anything. Like, I literally don't. How is that possible?
It's possible because of Albert Ng. Ng started developing his parallel reality technology in 2014.
Above our heads is a motion sensor that detects moving objects as they're walking around. It's non-biometric. It doesn't know anything about each of those objects that are walking around.
Pretty amazing. Congratulations on this.
It seems like a movie set in a slightly scary future where people's eyes identify them to advertisers on big screens. But this technology does not use your eyes or your face. The only thing that identifies you is the shape of your body.
That's remarkable that you're standing right next to me and you can't see that.
So even though the flight boards that exist today have the flight information, it's a list of 100 flights. It's on you to look through that flight information board to find your flight.
Ng says the technology is especially important for foreign travelers who don't always understand what's on the regular information boards.
Taking our flights.
And his plan was to quietly debut this technology in Detroit for the masses, for ordinary travelers, with no facial scans, no apps, no gadgets, just a boarding pass. And his long-term vision?
So as soon as you enter the airport, greets you by name, lets you know where you need to go, which security checkpoint's the easiest for you, arrows lighting your path all the way through the airport towards your gate, reminding you how many minutes you have to walk.
People say it's creepy. I think it's cool as fuck. I love the future. I ain't creeped out. Scan my face, my retina, whatever you have to do. I ain't got it to hide. All of it. And then apparently everybody freaking out because Billy Ray Cyrus, not Silly Ray, this is Billy Ray Cyrus. Apparently he got a new bride that's younger than his daughter, and I ain't got no problem with it. He's an old, rich, famous white dude. This is what you're supposed to do if you're an old, rich, famous white dude. What I'm bothered about is the use of filters. Now, if you're just going to use a filter every once in a while just to show how interesting it is or whatnot, cool. But when you start using a filter on every goddamn picture you put out, it just gets creepy. It's like, what are you hiding? You can't be that wrinkled. You're like 12. What is going on, Billy Ray Cyrus? Just weird. And then, God damn it, I wish I lived where these motherfuckers were. Apparently, weed is coming to the Circle K gas stations in certain states in Florida next year. Fucking Floridians, you got weed in gas stations now? That sucks. I can't even get legal weed anywhere here. It's still illegal. Fuck Mississippi. This sucks. But hey, enjoy it. Maybe someday I'll be able to go to the gas stations and buy weed instead of having to get mugged by my drug dealer. True story. And last one, folks. Finishing us off on a strong note. Oh, no, we're not. We're done. Okay, that's it, folks. That's it. It's the Billy Ray story again. And apparently I had it twice. So, still creepy, Billy Ray. Don't know. But you're still better than Silly Ray Cyrus, so it's a low bar. But you passed. Gonna take my horse to the old town road. Use filters on my child bride's face. Anyway, that's my show. Fuck yeah, we did it. Another successful show. Let me read the super chats. Nope. Do it. Boom. All right. Open. Yes. There we go. Kira Lover, when I voted for Biden, I put it in a box. There was a camera there for 24/7. Yeah, have you ever watched that 2000 Mules movie? They have all these people that they claim drop multiple votes off in the boxes, but they blur their faces off. If this actually happened, why are you blurring their faces off? Because we could just identify them and ask them what's going on. But instead of doing that, they blur their faces because they don't actually want us to know who they are, because they don't actually want us to know to ask them what the fuck's going on, because then it destroys their entire bullshit narrative. Kimberly, Fox News, a dimension of nonsense and stupidity. Enter the conservative right, but now Herschel Walker is going to another dimension, a dimension called the Twilight Zone, and if he wins, I would say I would lose more faith in this country, but I don't think that's possible. So Herschel Walker is a living argument as to why no one should play football. Nope. Imagine getting your brains bashed in for somebody else, especially when I get paid for it. Like junior high kids. It's sad. Thanks for the show, Dusty. Hey, no problem. You're the king. Thank you. My subject, DC Days and Living Torture. New member. What up? Religious people say sign of the times. We know it's always been like this. Yep, it has always been like this. And always be forever and ever and ever. Hopefully not, though. Hopefully it'll change someday. And, God damn it. I know more super chats popped up in that. What is wrong with this goddamn thing? Did I lose super chats? Fuck my life. I know shit popped up. God damn it. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe nobody super chatted me since the halftime. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry if it lost your super chats. It's not my fault. I did the best I could. Blazing Chronic $10. Blaze it. Love you, Blazing Chronic. Appreciate it. Folks, please hit the like button before you go. I would very much appreciate it. Tell your friends about the show. Leave comments. Come back like on the replay and leave comments and shit. That would be super cool of you. But definitely hit the like button and subscribe and all that shit. And now it's time for the Q&A section. It's a lot easier if you like type at Cult of Dusty. So it highlights your comment. And I know you're asking me a question. So Cult of Dusty, I sent a link to Young Donshon. I did see that on your last Twitter post. And damn, no heroes this week. I didn't watch it, but I did see it. I will try to check that out. Dusty been busy. Fools had to be murdered on New World, so they opened a whole new expansion up that's Egypt and shit. And you know, the Egyptian guys are gonna kill themselves. Dusty has to pound them into the fucking sand. Move to Oregon, Dusty. Hey, I like Mississippi. It's got its problems, but also people are nice here, and I like it. Kitty party, yeah, we got plenty. I mean, it's always a kitty party. Look, you got 3 cats in the background already. How much more of a kitty party do you guys need? It's always kitty time. It's the Cult of Dusty show. Am I working on the book? Yes, I'm working on the book. I'm sorry the book is taking so long, folks. It's really not my fault. Like I said, it's the fucking goddamn program. So what I'm trying to get it to do, spoiler alert, the last scene has, no, I can't tell you. God damn it. The last scene has something that's banned in it. The word is banned. The word should not be banned, but it is banned. And so I can't get it to goddamn draw the picture. So what I've been waiting on, but hoping that some other AI program that is not banned will come out. I've been trying to use Stable Diffusion, but Stable Diffusion sucks. It's not as good as Midjourney at all. So I don't know what to fucking do. So I don't know, but I'm working on it. I promise I'm working on it, folks. I have it written. I have all the pictures done except for the last fucking scene. And so I'm going to get it out as soon as I can. Please bear with me. And also buy a copy. It's only $20 and it gets an autographed first edition copy. The link in the description of the video. Click on the description of the video and read all the things because there's links to everything in there. Super helpful. Never been in Canada? I've never been to Canada. Nope. You're making me laugh a ton. You are very funny. A long-time viewer who left and came back. You still great. I appreciate it. I've only gotten better with age, especially looking. Look how sexy this is. Wow. Shh. Please watch The Serpent Queen. I already told you guys about The Serpent Queen. I'm the one that told you guys about The Serpent Queen. You ain't got to tell me about The Serpent Queen. What? Strange things afoot at the Circle K. Man, I wish that shit was here. Can't wait. Have you had to use the blanket made for you yet? Man, I use that blanket so much, Victoria. I've been taking good care of that. I really appreciate it. It's awesome. The graphic novel will be lit. Hell yeah, if it ever gets done, it sure will be. I have faith in you. Don't have faith in me. Have trust based on my winning record of doing what I say. The kitties look back at you with such love. Shit, they love the fuck out of me. These cats are so spoiled. It's insane. What's the best kind of jelly for a peanut butter sandwich? I don't eat that bullshit. I watch my calories. I mostly eat only chicken salad, which is bad because it's got meat in it. I'm horrible. Have you voted yet? For what? Okay, whatever. Okay, whatever. To you too, Cuber lover. Woke tail soon? Yes, soon. Definitely. I promise. Pinky swear. All right, anything else pop up? Okay, whatever. Already said that. All right, let's see. What have I been watching? Let's check the channel that I get my legally purchased programs from. It's right here. There you go. All right. So I watched this Bros movie. It was okay. It wasn't that great. They were complaining that nobody went to the movie theater to watch it. It's like, what's that guy that makes all these, Nicholas Stoller? But it's a gay romance, and this guy falls in love with this super hot guy, and it's basically like how a nerdy gay guy can get a super hot guy, I guess. It was okay, but it wasn't that great. What else did I watch? I didn't watch That Looks Like Garbage. All these movies are fucking garbage. So nothing good is coming out, folks. It's all trash. And I'm disappointed in our society at this point for putting it out. So anything else coming out? Anything else on the television? Nope. Young Sheldon. All right. Apparently The Peripheral is pretty good. I haven't watched that yet, but I'm going to check. That's going to be the next show I watch. The Peripheral is supposed to be like a sci-fi show, so we got to check that out. I'll let you guys know how it is when I watch it. Any more questions pop up for me real quick? Nope, no more questions. All right, show, folks, that's my show. Hell yeah, another incredible episode of the greatest show in the history of mankind. I sure appreciate you guys joining me tonight. As always, I'm going to be back on Monday. It's only 3 days away, so be sure to tell all your friends about the show and make plans to join me. I do it every week, twice, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern on Monday and Friday. Please consider becoming a patron, patreon.com/Codcast. Link in the description of this video. Help me out. Please, you'll feel good about yourself. Every time you see me, you'll be like, hey, I support that guy. I support this genius show. And imagine all the hilarity and wonderfulness it will bring to your life for supporting this show. And all right, folks, let's play Chill. All right, we're going to play Chill. Little Chill. Original by Dusty Smith, available on my SoundCloud for free. If you guys want to download it. Good night, everybody. I love you. Would you play already? Yeah, there we go. What? Get it. Come on. Blaze it. What's up, baby John? Got another word. Gonna catch the show later. Love the pretty boys. Staff Stash. They're your favorite, and I don't blame you. They're amazing. I only watched 3D movies. Love you. John Pelosi. All right, Chitty Okora, you're really shilling for this young Don person. You better be worth it. Thank you to the mods. The mods always rock. Love you guys. Thank you for your honesty, Joe Perry. It was a great show. Yeah, I love you. It's creepy and parasocial. Oh, no, I don't think so. I do love my audience. You guys make this show very good. You're the reason it's so great. And why wouldn't you love me? I'm amazing. I provide all kinds of free content, so I'll allow it. Lighten the fuck up. I've watched Animal Kingdom. I watched the first few seasons up until somebody on the show dies. Not gonna say who, but somebody. And then I've lost interest. I heard the movie The Beast wasn't very good, but I'll check it out because Idris Elba is sexy as fuck. Best show ever, thank you, Anya Askey. You were very honest. Thank you, Jacob Bowers. Appreciate you joining tonight. Check out Pat Finnerty on YouTube. He does a series called What Makes This Song Stink? Great ones on Kid Rock. All right, thanks for the recommendation. You did great tonight. Hey, appreciate it, Victoria. I actually feel like I'm starting to get good at this after 3 years. Finally. night, everybody. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday. Boom, 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 boom. We're so damn chill, gonna lay back and smoke some weed. Gonna be a good weekend for us. Gonna pet a cat, gonna be a good weekend for me. Gonna masturbate a lot, can't wait to play some new world. Gonna murder some fuckos. Innuendo Studios. I'll check it out. Thank you for the recommendation. Here comes the drop. Turn the bass up. Here we go. Do it.